Hello, my friends. Welcome back. We're here coming right at you with some StarCraft 2 action today. What actually do we have? We have a lot of high-level players. Hearthstone is now live. Yes, I am indeed now live. Let me see. How did I get to the stream again? Yeah, it's a very difficult thing to do. Let's see if I find it. No, this is yesterday. Okay, here we go. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Hi, streamer. Hello. So once again, for the people that are confused, why sometimes I'm answering questions that you don't see, it's because I'm duo streaming. I'm streaming on Twitch and I'm streaming on YouTube at the same time. And whatever platform you are currently on, that is my favorite. Okay. You're all my favorites. You're confused as to why people are confused? Glad to hear it. Oh. There's anime going on behind me. You too wanna grow purple hair? Have no friends? Become an incel? Watch some anime. Did you see the jellyfish UFO? Looks like an overlord. I haven't seen it. I have absolutely not seen it. Let me unmute this crap. Are the sound levels okay today? Are we doing fine with the sound levels? Please give me some feedback on that. As I've messed around a little bit yesterday with uppering my sound levels. I think the music, the in-game music, might be a bit loud. But please tell me. Their music is a little loud. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay. This should be better, right? Yeah, this is... I love this. Okay, there we go. Is it... Do we like this? Is it because their game sounds are less loud than their music? Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. This is perfect. I figured it out again. Alright, let me finish my cup of coffee, and then we'll talk a little bit about the game. ESL level quality. Now, that could be a compliment, or that could be a backhanded compliment. Yeah, so basically what I get is like a live feed for the people that still don't know. I get a live feed from the Chinese organizers, the SC boy. And they do that, like they have the settings in game, right? The mixing of the game sounds and the music sounds. So I think that it isn't too bad, but sometimes the music can get very loud. And like loud parts of the music. This is good control, by the way, coming out of Byun. Double Reaper jumping in. Now this is being played on Korea. And I think that one Reaper will fall, so that's -1. Might actually be -2 here if Byun ain't careful. And even if he is careful, in a little bit of trouble. Did he deal a lot of damage? No, his micro initially was good, but it's not a whole lot of damage. It's 4 Reapers. 4 Reapers, 1 has died. Triple CC is a follow-up, so it's going to go into 2-1-1 with the triple CC. Double Overlords coming out of Shin as well. Is he... Wait, what the hell did he open with? Oh, he didn't get a third base. He waited very long with the third. That's kind of wild. One drone, 1 Ling for a Reaper. That's a good trade. I take that trade any day of the week if I'm a Zerg player. Also, if I'm not a Zerg player, I take that trade. Because then you're taking out... Actually, no, if I'm a Terran, I'm not taking that trade. When I'm a Protoss, I take that trade. I see both Terran and Zerg losing units, and I'm like, yeah, let's go with that. I like the thought. So this is going to be a good day. We have Clem, we have Maru. Byun versus Shin, which is the name of Ragnarok. Shin Li Byum is his real name. Cool guy. We have Maru. We have, I think it's Clem versus Maru actually. Then we have herO fighting some dude as well. Loads of players all around. I'm looking forward to it. Firefly versus Max Packs. There's some Max Packs in the mix today as well. Love to see it. Overlord being denied. How was your qualifier run for this? I want to say I lost the spirit. Yeah, that's what I want to say. So that probably happened. Are these guys celebrities in Korea? No, absolutely not. No. No such thing. Like maybe micro celebrities. Not celebrities, no way. So I know some of the StarCraft Brood War old players, they turn into actual major celebrities. But yeah, no, not too many, for sure. Is Shin Classic? No, Shin is Ragnarok, buddy. Classic is a Protoss player. Is Hearthstone a celebrity in Korea? No. I might be a celebrity because I'm very good at the arcade. Last time I went there, we went to an arcade. And I destroyed the arcade. I showed them what's up with darts. I'm a darts celebrity in Korea. Darts is actually pretty big in these arcades. But I think arcade darts is so much worse than actual darts. And actual darts already isn't very good. So, if you truly think what I think of arcade darts. So Byun here is following this up with 3 more barracks. Hasn't really dealt any damage. Carapace upgrade coming out first. I think this is a fake roach build. He's just gonna get a bunch of roaches out. And then he's going to transition into Ravagerling Bane. Or Roachling Bane. So the second Evo is kinda late. I think it's going to be a melee upgrade. I'd be surprised if it isn't. The reason why Shin plays like this is because he's afraid of double CC builds maybe. Oh, actually I was wrong. He's getting an Infestation Pit. So he's probably just gonna get a range upgrade to rush out Hive. Yeah, wow. Yeah. Okay, that's not what I expected at all. Because Shin really is known for Ravagerling Bane, I think. First of all, he's known for Mutaling Bane. But if it's not Mutaling Bane, it's gonna be Ravagerling Bane. Okay, he's still getting a Baneling Nest though, so this is now confusing me officially. Do you think there should be an upgrade for quicker unloading of units from the medevac? No. I don't think there should be an upgrade for that. No, that sounds terrible. I think there should be a downgrade though. Is that once you hit +3 attack? Is that because the guns become bigger? You can only fit 4 Marines in a medevac and 2 Marauders. Now these are the types of changes that I personally would vote for. I say that would be good. How's that look? Okay. Nope, no Carapace upgrade yet. Instead goes for the melee now. Takes out a couple of depots. Definitely worth it, this attack. The guns become bigger. Is that how upgrades work? I think so. Although the best gun in the world is very small. It is the golden gun. James Bond. It always kills you in one shot. Very broken. I wonder if I'm the only one that played that video game. I think it was called GoldenEye. James Bond GoldenEye. This is a game that I played at different times from my childhood to somewhere in my late puberty. Or like mid-adolescence. It's like just random times this game popped up and then we would play it quite a bit. And like within different groups. I'm not quite sure how that works. I feel like initially I played it on like an older console, and then later, I think it was on the PlayStation 2 maybe? Is that where I played it? Or the... I think so. PlayStation 3 or the Xbox? I can't recall. I just remember in different periods of my life, I played this exact same game. It was really quite fun. It was always a good game. Lots of screen peeking. I enjoyed that. He's really good in multiplayer, yeah. Tastosis talks about GoldenEye often. Really? Yeah, I remember this game being just... There was something about the way it worked that it just was fun to play with other people. Like it just always was a good time. We all loved it as well. I wonder why Well, I don't own a PlayStation right now. I should get... I bet it would suck now, though. I really bet it would suck. I played a game with Irene a while ago. Wait, let's actually focus on the game. I'll tell you guys about this game after this actual game, after the StarCraft game is over. All right? 2-2 finishes up. Let's talk a little bit about StarCraft as well. Liberators popping out. So it seems to me that Byun is going for a very... You could say a turtley style, but at the same time, he's not getting Ghost yet. So I actually think he might be looking to push with Tank Lip before he transitions into Ghost. So he maxes out. Because Liberators kind of... Like, Liberators before Ghost is kind of odd, honestly. You don't see that a whole lot. Oh, here we go. Lip. This is a good trade, I think, for Byun, no? This is 13 workers, a bunch of depots. Has the double drop, though, in the natural. That's a pretty big deal. Because I don't think there's any defenses there. If he could kill a bunch of workers here, that would be huge. Okay, no, there are defenses. Shin is playing a sick game so far. He really is. I'm a big fan of how he's doing all this. Ah, thank you, Balance of Judgment. It also brings a smile to my face when I go toe-to-toe with the top players. Appreciate the positive comments. 80 workers for Byun, but only 163 supply, which means his army is quite small. He's gonna lose this drop as well. That's gonna be another 10 supply going down the drain. This medevac now gets blasted. Yep. Oh, what? Yeah, okay. And his army quality also isn't woohoo, you know? It's fine, but there are no Marauders. The Marine count is fairly high still. I guess there's a bunch of Roaches and Ravagers on Shin's side as well, but he also has 35 Banes. Gas count very low here for the Zerg player. 2 more command centers on the way. 2 more orbitals already turning... well, 2 command centers already turning into orbitals. As Cloak now starts to research, 4 more Ghosts on the way. Byun needs about 45 extra seconds, and then I think he would be in a very good spot. So if he can stall till then, if he can trick Shin into not attacking, that would be great. But the Vipers are out right now, creepying the Knight. That is a smart play. Might make Shin believe he needs to be more defensive than he really should be. Okay, here he goes. He's gonna send it. Vipers coming in from the side. Blinding Clouds need to be good. Well, they're not there, so they can't even be good. Okay, 1 Blinding Cloud hit. 2nd Blinding Cloud. That's 3 tanks that are disabled there. Liberator will stay alive. 2 Ultras go down. An okay trade here, I think, for Byun, who's on 95 workers. That is way too many. 96! He's on 5 bases and 96 workers. His army is tiny. I think it's an okay trade, but the problem is that I'm not sure if he can get back up to decent supply quick enough again. Look, his army's gonna be tiny. 80 supply. Now, the army quality has drastically improved. It's going to be pure Ghost, Marauder, Tank, Lip. But there's really not that many tanks. He's 100 workers. What? How does Byun have 100 workers? He's adding in 2 more factories as well. I would love to see a 2nd starport instead of more factories. There must be some serious oversaturation here because he doesn't have a 6th yet. Don't forget that each player gets 7 bases on this particular map. As the Roach is now moving in towards the 3rd base location. Why a 2nd infestation pit? Probably a misclick. I didn't see it. Hey, what's up, Oyo? Do you think Terran has gotten better or worse in the late game in the TVZ matchup since the last 2 patches? Probably better, because the Broodlord nerfs, I would say. The Broodlord really was the main tool that Zerg was using, and nowadays we don't see it that much anymore. Broodlord has been nerfed out of existence in this matchup. Greater Spire on the way. As I mentioned, the Broodlord isn't viable anymore. 4 Roach drop heading towards the main. It's not going to work out as there's plenty of turrets there. This is the Shin move. He often drops loads of Overlords in the main base with Links, with Ultras, with everything. Here goes Shin once more. Has a single Viper. Needs a good Blinding Cloud. It's going to hit 2 tanks, a turret. That's about it. I don't think this is a fight he can take. Just lifting the orbital command is going to take care of everything there. Good pickup as well out of Byun. Stays alive. stays afloat. The Greater Spire will need to come in and try to make something happen here. Shin is already on 7 bases. It's just unrealistic for Shin to expect to take one of his opponent's bases. And that means that he'll need to start trading very well. That's why we get this quick transition into Broodlord. Because Broodlord Infestor is the only army that Zerg has that can technically trade well against Terran. Okay, Shin is trying to double expand. Both of these bases are going to get denied. Byun now starting to give up workers. Doesn't want them anymore. Yeah, that's base number 1. Good play here by Byun. Says, hey, I don't need that. Starts... Ooh. I thought it was just going to be an SCV sacrifice, but he actually wants to build some turrets as well. Further forward out on the map. Gonna take out another creep tumor, maybe clear 1 or 2 of these links, snipe the Overseer and pisses off. Abduct is available, but there are no Hydras or Corruptors to deal with this. Beautiful movement. Out of Byun. Is Swarm Host versus Byun an option or mech players only? You can't really play Swarm Host in this position, no. Not that I'm aware, at least. Your army is just too weak then. So your first wave might get some damage, but then the Terran just moves across the map and kills you. I think. Maybe you can play Swarm Host Infestor. No, you can't. But it sounds cool. I like the thought of that. I really do. 3 more Infestors on the way here. So we're going to have +1 air weapons for the Zerg. Second Spire also coming out right now. +3 melee coming in. That's the first nuke that's constructed here. Liberator dunks on both Swarm Host and Infestor. Well, but the Infestors can fly. I mean, they can trade for free, technically. I think the problem is just that the supply sucks. Not even sure if Swarm Host really... You know, the Locust they don't lose. It's just the Swarm Host. It's a good little fight here for Shin. Shin is getting Corruptors now, wants to transition out. So already Thor's ready though, that's an issue. That's really an issue. Turrets also being pushed forward, so that's gonna make Burrow Infestor play a lot harder. He's one of the first Terrans that I just see put the turrets further forward. All Terrans, they get hit by 5 Infestor Fungals, and then they're like, I wonder if there's any way I could detect. Raven is impossible to build because I'm an idiot. Do I have another form of detection? Then they think for a bit, they're like, no, I don't. Byun remembered that the turret also has detection. God, what a genius. This is why he's a different breed. You know? Much smarter than the average Terran player. Which isn't, you know, a performance to write home about, because Terrans put the bar fairly low. But, still, you know, he's the smartest of them. What is it? In the land of the blind, one eye is king. And Byun truly is one eye in this case. And the Terrans are truly the blind. Oh, here comes some Thors, moving it forward. Move back, move back. Pick up. I'm biased, by the way. Byun is my teammate. So, if Byun starts winning, we'll start screaming. Woo! He's definitely winning this game. I don't think he loses a lot of late game. What do you think about Artosis saying Toss is currently underpowered, Captain? I mean, the fact that Artosis says it doesn't change my opinion about it. That's not how I work. It's like, oh, an influencer said something. Let me quickly change my opinion on this world vital issue. Whether that's going to be something as minor as the efficiency of vaccines, or something as important as Protoss being over or underpowered. I have my own opinions, no matter what Artosis says about it. Is Protoss? I don't actually think Protoss is underpowered. I think they're too weak in some phases of the game versus Terran. I think Protoss is probably a little bit favored. Protoss probably a little bit favored against Zerg, I think. A little bit, not by a whole lot. Yeah. And against Terran, maybe a little bit unfavored. Liberators being pulled in. Broody moving in forward. So now it's going to come down to whether Shin can catch some of these units with a fungal. It's actually really struggling. He's going to lose a planetary for free. That sucks. Losing this position is actually painful, because that's an important position to keep the 6th base on the left. More Thors are being pushed out. Byun's worker count might just be too high for this. I almost feel like that is actually what's happening here, is that Byun just has too many workers. 75. Shin already went down to 72. I mean, doesn't Byun have freaking, what, 7 orbitals or so? So shouldn't he be capable of going to a lower worker count? At least when it comes to mineral income, he shouldn't need it. Thor count continues to grow. Don't forget that these are the best traits tactically that Byun's gonna get, because right now the upgrades for Shin aren't that great. Byun already has 3-3 on those Thors. Doesn't have them in the correct mode, at least 2 of them there. That is kind of bad. Byun is not playing the hottest game in the world here. Just gonna move my camera a little bit further down. You can see that side of the screen as well. Blasted here. I don't think that should be the case. 2 Thors still in the medevacs. Now coming in clean. Here come the Banelings. Here come the Lings. And here come some Infestors. Where's the backup? I don't quite see where the backup is. We're gonna get a pickup on these Thors. Byun is getting blasted in this fight by Shin. The Banelings moving in forward. Neural Parasites banging away. As Shin's army is winning the fight with a larger bank. Byun is down and out. This is an awful situation here for Byun. He's got to clean up these brutes if Shin ain't careful. He's going to try and fly out right now. But look at the bank here. That's the real story, the bank. The bank is the true story. It's always the banks. Okay, the banks were the real story in 2008. And the banks are the real story right now. And Shin doesn't have... Well, he has a little bit of a bank. Pretty decent gas bank. However, if Shin doesn't kill the bottom left base, that would suck. Move the camp to the top right. Like this. That feels weird though, like I'm looking over you. No? You don't think that feels weird? I'm not a fan of this. I'll put it back down. I like this position. Alright. Planetaries being... yeah. This is an important base. See, Shin realized it at the same time that I did. He was like, hey, that bottom left side base is big. You know what's funny? Is that Byun, because he lost all of those workers, is now actually in a better spot than before. Army-wise. Like, his army is crazy powerful. He's pumping 5 tanks at a time, 4 Ghosts, 4 Liberators, 5 Hellbats. Like, his army is bananas, my friends. And also, on top of that, Shin is now adding in Hydras. Nah, I don't think they ever have the picture-in-picture. Also, the picture-in-picture isn't good. We only can focus on one thing. The picture-in-picture just tends to confuse me. Like, oh, 2 things happening. I can't do that when I'm playing. I can't do that when I'm watching. Let's not do that anymore. 8 SCVs being produced at a time here. I think it's a mistake. I think you want 0 new SCVs. And you just want a big army. Byun looks like he's worried, by the way. He shouldn't be worried. He should be happy. Because he's happy. Clap along if you know, like without a roof. Because I'm happy. Oh, there go 2 ghosts. Forgot to control those. Tim's gonna be upset about that. Good pools. So that the Hydras are there to so that he doesn't need Corruptors, I think. Well, he's also getting Corruptors. I'm not sure what the Hydras are for. I thought to like abduct and then snipe Libs, maybe. Four more brutes. Just gonna stick to his brute infestor army. I want to see, you know what I want to see? I want to see loads of things, but I really want to see the resource loss stab. I wonder who's winning. I actually wonder who's winning. And the best way to judge that is by the resource loss tab. Right side base now being taken by Shin. That's an interesting move. Maybe a bad move. It could be bad. For Byun. Because we're very biased, don't forget. Okay, moving forward with these liberators. This is also the best Terran map in the map pool that gets played in the best of 3 is Heartland. So if Byun were to lose this game, that would be a bad sign for the future for Byun fans all around the world. How about we show the freaking resource loss tab, you pricks? I want to see the resource loss tab. I don't care about a lot. Oh, there we go. So Shin minus 44k, Byun minus 39k. That means that if the trades remain the same, which they shouldn't because Byun should start trading better, and the mining remains even, that Byun will win this game eventually. However, that right side base is becoming massively important right now. Also, this middle base hasn't actually been mined by Byun. And Shin is pushing forward with Brood, Infester, Viper, Spore Walls. Goes in here, takes out a lot of crap. Goes not in position to help out. They're killing a base on the far right side. Shin smell an opportunity. And his nose is working mighty fine, may I tell you. His nose is working just fine. Another Viper with an abduct, perhaps. Yep, bloop. Shin is playing StarCraft II, let me tell you that much. He is definitely playing StarCraft II. Byun's getting fungled all around. I think our Korean Terran man is about to lose it. Ghost being rallied into Brood Lords. Oi, 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 oi. This is not good. Can nuke solve the problem? Is there ever anything that a nuke can solve? No. A nuke could solve this problem, for sure. If Shin decides to stand in the nuke, that is. Actually, maybe if this army gets nuked, he can build a new one. Brood's moving in, taking out the tanks. Yeah, this is over. Byun knows it. Shin knows it. Just formalities at this point. I can't believe how well Shin played this out. He honestly did a very good job. He improved a lot. He actually did improve a lot. I've been playing quite a few games against Shin as well on the North American server. And knows how to play StarCraft, let me tell you that much. I'm not quite sure what it is about him, but I feel like when you play against him, it doesn't feel like he's very good. It just feels like you got worse, which feels so much worse as well. Oh, Brood Lord's actually moving out of position. Gonna lose a couple to snipes. Shin is still down about 8k though in resources lost. The problem is that Byun just hasn't been mining as much as his opponent. Now gonna try to fly over here. I wonder what the actual orbital count is, by the way. Hey, what's up, Dakila? This is a best of 3? Yeah. The best of 3. Look how low that base is. He's repairing it with a mule. Then you know it's serious business. Oh, here we go. Shin is sending it. EMP's hitting all of these fungal boys except one. So we have one neural on a Thor. This felt like a mediocre fight here for Shin. Am I wrong about that? I think it was a mediocre fight, but I think the fight is probably still just good enough. I wish I could see the resources lost. You know what's crazy? Is that Shin doesn't have the larva right now. If he had the larva, I'd be very worried. Okay, nah, I'm still very worried. I want to see the one in the bottom right. So now it's at 45 to 39. But we already had higher numbers in the bottom right earlier. That's where I want to get it from. I think this game is absolutely over. Like, it was a very good fight for Shin. but probably a bad trade. That's what I should have said. Not this was a horrible fight. Because it probably was a smart fight to take. Good scan. Takes out one of these infestors. Here come the brutes. Halbert's gonna try and deal with those lings. Tanks in the back. Dishing out damage. Yeah, game's gonna end here for sure. Yeah, well played. Shin. Good gaming, honestly, out of him. I appreciate that. It looks like me and Byun are together. I'm on top of him, though. I'm on top of the world. I'm not above Shin yet. But now I would be. Look at that. Byun versus Harstem? Oh no, I haven't prepared. Byun, you've been replaced. Let's go, Shin. Time to immortal in. Nah, I get destroyed. Who is Shin? I recognize him, but I can't remember. Is Ragnarok. Yeah. I was talking with my dad the other day. He's like, man, the Shin guy came out of nowhere. He's performing real well in tournaments. I'm like, well, he's performing real well in tournaments, but he didn't come out of nowhere. He's been around for about 9 years. Because it's Ragnarok. He's like, I was wondering already. He's like, yeah. Yeah, I understand that. I understand that you were wondering already. I was gonna do something in the break. What was I gonna do in the break? Oh, I was gonna show you guys this game. Let's see if I can find it. So this is a party shooting game, is what it's called. And basically, you can't see your opponent, but based on checking their screen, you can try to shoot them. So you're just looking at our people's screen, trying to shoot them. And this actually was really fun. If you guys have any friends, you should try and play it. It's called Screen Cheat. I recommend it. Irene and I played it quite a bit, and it was very fun. And even with 2 people, it was quite fun. I think it would be way more fun with 4, but even with 2, it already was fun. Imagine how good it would be with 4. You have no friend, but thanks for the tip. You're welcome, buddy. It's my pleasure. What's the name of the game? Screen Cheat is what it's called. It's just GoldenEye 4 player. Yeah, that's how we got there. All the guns are blunderbusters. I don't know what a blunderbuster is. But yes, most definitely. Wait, I need to do something. Give me a second, guys. The game is not kicking off yet anyway, so do not worry about it all. Do not worry about it at all. Your dad follows StarCraft? Yeah. Of course my dad follows StarCraft. My mom also follows StarCraft. My dad checks games that I don't play in. I think my mom mainly watches my games. My dad loves StarCraft. I think it's fun. Let's see, where are we? Does this work? Yeah, this works. But my mom also, I think, watches a little bit of games where I'm not playing, maybe. I think my dad watches quite a bit. He likes watching Wardy or having Wardy on in the background. He sometimes watches my stream as well. He thinks it's okay. Just has me on in the background every now and again. Yeah. They also watch almost all of my games, usually, when I'm playing. They truly know what being disappointed means at this point. For years straight, they know the emotion very well. This is a CC first into Reaper, and it's a 6-ling opener coming out of Ragnarok. He's gonna get a cancel on the factory, loses 6 lings, kills 1 SCV, and cancels the factory. Now, my gut feeling tells me this is not good for the Terran. What does my brain tell me? I don't actually know what my brain tells me here. I'm not sure. I really am just not sure. So beyond changing up his build as well, is going for a 2-1-1 follow-up instead. I just don't know. I don't quite know what this is. Yeah, Shin is Ragnarok, Joshua. Because the 6-ling dedicated move out is really expensive for Zerg. But then again, Zerg did manage to delay speed for a very long time, which is good economically for Zerg. Beyond now is playing 3 Rex, which is a terrible build. That is also good for Zerg. So I feel like this is leaning slightly in the direction of Zerg. That's what I think. It's favoring BM because I like Terran more. That is indeed how things work. You guys want to hear something interesting? I wasn't aware of this. So, one of my friends, one of my good friends, he does sports betting, and he says that it's really easy to do the sports betting on the. He had words where you have like soft and hard odds or something like that. So basically, you have these the bigger companies that everyone bets on. Like in the Netherlands, I think it would be like Unibet or something like that. And these people, they bet on there, and the odds aren't so hard to beat. Basically, like they're pretty okay to beat. But what they do is that if you beat these websites too many times, they just ban your account, and they can't just do that because you're taking too much of their money. And he said what happens is the moment you make like $500-600 and they understand that you're not, that you're not gonna lose, they just take your account out. I thought that was a wild thing to do. How is this legal? And he said it is very normal. But I'd never heard of this in my entire life. So what they have to do, they have like more like different betting websites or different betting platforms. And there everyone is much better, so then the lines are much tighter or something like that. I wasn't aware of this at all. So basically, if you're allowed to bet on the actual betting websites that you would be familiar with, you probably have no clue what you're doing because you're allowed to bet. If you were good, you would just be banned. So there's an immediate feedback. If you've been betting for more than a month and you're not banned yet, you just suck. And you should probably quit. Soft and sharp. Yeah. How's that possible? And with the casinos, I know it's because they don't allow the card counting, right? Because that's with blackjack. Blackjack is the only game you can consistently have like a 2% edge over the casino. And if they realize you're card counting, they just kick you out. I knew that they did that. But I didn't know this was the case with online betting. I figured they take like I thought they put out the initial lines. I thought that's what they did. And then they just take a small commission or something on the bets. I never really bet online, so I don't know how it works. But that's how I figured it would work. They can ban you for no reason in casinos too? Yeah. But is that also allowed in poker? I thought that the poker players are just allowed in there and win whatever they want, no? Yeah, I thought it was wild. I never heard of that because a lot of my friends from high school, they would bet on football games. And they'd all be talking about how much they made or how much they lost. But now I realized it's all fake. Because if they were making a lot, they would have been banned. Just like my sports betting friend. Oh, look at this. He's gonna burrow these mines. Poof, get a cheeky little pickup. No armory done yet. There could be an issue. This looks pretty good for Byun. So maybe the early game wasn't bad for him after all. Armory is about to finish up. That's going to help these mines perform much, much better. Lots of creep here is being cleared. Fort base on the way behind all of this as well. 1-1 not finished up yet. Shin needs to wait for that. Couple more seconds until that finishes up. But that means all of his creep is going to disappear. 5 medevacs forward. Mines here as well. Fort CC. Mines do get cleaned. Wait, that's the 5th CC. No, wait, the 4th CC was on position. I was looking at the minimap and I'm like, I already see the 4th mining. And it's not mining, it's just being built on position. This is very rare, it's very risky. It's about 70 seconds that you have an extremely important building that is vulnerable for any amount of links that walks by, right? That is pretty crazy if you ask me. 3 more barracks coming in as well. Byun's losing a little bit of momentum here. I think he's waiting for 2-2, but I think 2-2 is hitting too late. As in, he's going to be maxed, and then much later 2-2 is going to finish. So he wants to trade pre-max, usually. Because the moment Terran maxes, that is their biggest supply strength. While Zerg increases. Like, when Zerg hits max, they're not at their strongest yet. Because Zerg can turn links into banelings, and that's when they grow in strength still. So the moment both armies are maxed, and there's a low baneling count, is when it's best for Terran. But Terran wants to wait for 2-2 to have the upgrade lead. So Byun here needs to kind of make the decision. It's like, hey, how am I going to do this? Do I want to push with even upgrades, low baneling count? Do I want to wait for 2-2? Or do I try to trade consistently, keep my opponent below max, keep a low baneling count, and then when I have 2-2, you know, that's when I truly bang him down. Oh, this is good. Like, these types of trades are very good. Because you're kind of trading out evenly, and live is okay. Is it live or a replay? This is live, buddy. I think we're like 30 seconds behind the actual live game, though. Like, there's a delay that the WTL always puts in, so players can't cheat. Well, you can cheat, but you're just 30 seconds behind. Like, oh no, he's attacking my third. Then you look at the screen, your third is gone. Oh, drop to my main. Look at your main, probe gone. StarCraft moves too fast for a minute-old information to be useful. This is a bad fight for Byun, I think. It's not a good fight for Byun. Loses all of his mines. 2-2 has finished up, but a lot of cash in the bank. 4 CCs going down as well. He's fighting this off creep. No 6th base on the way yet for Shin. Ghost Academy coming in as well. 4 lurkers being popped out. Super chat by CatBirdSys, who says, hello Harston, we need a new Archon with pros video in this financial quarter. I'll make it happen, buddy. I'll make it happen. Thank you for the Swedish kroner. As we have a little bit of kiting back over here. This financial quarter. That's how I usually make my life decisions as well. So I'll call my brother and be like, hey Dave, I think it's time we meet up again. And before the end of this financial quarter, he's like, ooh, I'm not sure if I can do Q1, but Q2 might just be okay. I'm like, all right, we've got ourselves a deal. Then we write out a contract and we sign it. Go to the notary, get it legalized. You know, just standard stuff, really. Otherwise, nothing ends up happening, you know? You need to formalize these type of things. So good attacks here coming out of Byun. Who talks like this? We need to get something done in the first financial quarter. Unbelievable. Nidus Network on the way here. 3-3 coming in as well. I actually am seeing some issues here for Byun. As in that lurkers are out. As in that his ghost count isn't very high. The fact that there's no lips either. I think the standard is usually Ghost Liberator if you want to stick to a mine style. Just going straight Marine Marauder Ghost feels like it's lacking that air support that you really need. And on top of that, Liberators are insanely strong against Nidus networks as well because they're good defensively. They don't get blocked by your own buildings. Once a Nidus with lurkers hits your main base, it's really difficult to clean it up because you're forced through chokes in your buildings. Like your SimCity is working against you. And that's the one thing that you don't want, is things working against you. 3-3 is going to finish quicker. Nidus Network going down in the natural. Let's take a look at Byun's speed. He's fast, he's quick. He is also sick, and he's sending a lot of army back there to deal with it. SCV's now being pulled. 1 Marauder is in there as well. There's 3 lurkers in that Nidus. Will they pop out? We can't see it because the observer decided not to show it. But it looks to me like it got taken out without any serious issue. Another Nidus going down, this time in the main base. At the same time, though, Planetary is going to get busted by these Banes. However, this is not actually a good trade. You lose 15 Banes for a Planetary. That is not efficient. It really isn't. Although it feels good in the moment, it doesn't really do anything for you, you know? This is like buying a coffee at the train station. Like, in the moment, it feels like it really did something for you. But then you think back of your financial decisions. You're like, wait, I paid $7.50 for a coffee, which I could have made for 30 cents at home. And then put it into one of these thermos things. Thermos bottles, you know? I think those bottles are underrated. Did you guys know that you can put cold drinks in there? They stay cool. You put hot drinks in there, they stay warm. You know the issues with putting in hot drinks in there is that they don't freaking cool off. So you put in like some coffee in there in the morning or some tea. Like, 6 hours later, you think you're gonna take a sip. Freaking burn your mouth, can't taste any food for the next 8 days. Who came up with this invention? What you need is the ability to open up the curtains every now and again. Let some hot air out, you know? So it's freaking drinkable. How's no one came up with that yet? I bet someone came up with that. Some engineer is now drop shipping those items. That's what's happening. Where did you buy coffee for $7.50? As in, that's very cheap, or that's very... I think $7.50 for coffee is insane. People that go to the Starbucks to get a coffee have brain damage. Here, I said it. Starbucks, you should boycott Starbucks because their coffee is too expensive, I think. People always boycott companies for different reasons, like political reasons. I think you should boycott them because their stuff is expensive. That's a real statement right there. That hurts them in the bottom line. You look at that coffee, you go in there, go to the registers, like, I'd like a coffee. Okay, that's $7.50. Like, what, $7.50 for a coffee? Are you crazy? Are you ill? Then you walk out of there. And then you flame everyone in the shop as well for buying. Well, are you guys crazy? $7.50? You have a machine at home. Pays itself off in 3 coffee, you clowns. Just like that. Saving money for everyone. By the way, there's a game going on. Yeah, but there's no trades. What do you want me to say? The armies are moving back and forth. There's an infestor burrow underneath the Marines. Changelings being sniped at a high pace. And you want me to do the hype casting? Pretend like a lot is happening. Huge attack here on the left side of the map as the links are moving in right now. Mine is burrowed, huge hits. Oh my god, Nidus network going down at the same time in the 4th base. The gold is still mining as well as we see armies rotating towards the bottom side. This Nidus might just finish and these lurkers are gonna pop out. Liberators might be in position as this game is going absolutely wild. Action everywhere. Banelings about to burst onto the 9 o'clock. Oh my god, as Cloak finishes up, that's going to change this game completely. Another knight is going up in the main. I don't think it's going to finish up though, as Ragnarok moving onto the map is gonna take the watchtower. You will not believe it. A lurker pops out, damages one of these bases as this command center is falling lower with only 3k minerals in the bank. It is a very big deal that it is burning because you need to repair that, and that costs money almost as much as a Starbucks coffee. Another knight is here, is about to get sniped. Oh my good lord. What an absolutely insane game we're watching right here. 6 Liberators being produced. Caduceus Reactor. 2 mines coming out. I cannot believe it. As another big rotation by Ragnarok towards the bottom. No, towards the top. Back towards the bottom. Back towards the top. Scans in the dead space. Sees the textures on this map. And he cannot believe it. As creep is being spread by overlords pooping all around. Greater Spire on the way. This base is still burning. As Byun is actually repairing it. That is so crazy. 2.6k minerals in the bank for Byun. Shin, 3.5k as well. Another big scan here reveals nothing as this base is about to land. And that's going to be the 7th base here for Byun. Links now moving over. Links moving towards the left. Links moving towards the right. Second armory coming in as well, as we have the high-sec auto-tracking as well as the building armor coming in here for Byun. Byun getting all the upgrades at the same time. What an absolute beast. He's going to have the most well-upgraded army, the most well-upgraded buildings that I've ever seen. Big mine hit here. It's going to be taking out at least 7 links. A big hit there for Shin, who now isn't even maxed anymore. He's going to try to move forward. Damages a depot. Oh, that depot is going to fall. What a crazy move out there. Loses 9 links in a trade versus the depot as the sensor tower here is about to go up. Banelings burrowed. That could get scary later on, but for now, not so much. Creep still being spread as Shin, an absolute mechanical machine over here, doesn't stop moving. Chop, chop, chop. As he goes, he moves forward. Boom, 7 tumors all at once. Big rotation towards the right. Is Byun gonna be in position? Yes, he is, because he has sensor towers. He sees everything. He smells it. Sieges up those Liberators as Shin once again gets pushed back for a second time here. And it is now Byun who's on the warpath. Look at him go. Liberator sieging up. Takes out that ramp. Good zonal control here. Spores being thrown down to try and deal with this. We still have that Infestor burrowed further towards the left of our screen as the Spire almost halfway done. And that means that Brood Lords might just be on the way. Lurkers being targeted by those lips as the Marine Marauder Ghost moves in forward. Big EMP there on the Corruptors. No more energy on the Oh, never mind. They never had energy as these Liberators now being sniped and the Corruptors also being sniped. Oh, I think we're about to have a huge fight over here. Good lord. Man, those were exciting 3 minutes. And now we're actually getting a fight. You can't make it up. Just as I was catching a breath. Yeah, he's gonna take out some crap. I mean, we're gonna see a lot of these little fights. It's not about these little fights. It's about the trend in these fights. And this is a positive trend, I think, for Byun, because he's doing well in those fights. The left side base is actually very important because that has a rich Vespene gas, so it mines out really quickly. So usually if a Zerg takes one of your bases, you have a little bit of time to take it out because mining doesn't happen so fast. But when it's a gold or a purple gas geyser, which means a rich Vespene geyser, it's really important to take it out ASAP, because if they start mining it, they just empty it so quick, right? Okay. Actually, this didn't look so good for Byun at all. Ends up losing a lot of supply. Shin is actually playing extremely well. Like, he's just legit everywhere. His rotations are always correct, it seems like. He has, like... In the late game, is that you usually have... Most of the time, in most matchups, you kind of have 2 armies. And your goal is to match the correct army with your opponent's correct army. And sometimes you can swap some units over, but most of the time you have like 2 separate type of armies. So like kind of a run-bias army, like the Hydra Bane Infestor. Then you have like the Corruptor Broodlord Infestor type of army here. And you need to match those armies correctly. And sometimes you join them up and you push through a position. And Shin has shown to be an absolute master at that so far in this series. At least he's been better than Byun at it. I'm very impressed by his ability to do that. Because that is really what the late game often is about. It's like understanding where armies need to be at what time. And that left side base that is mining currently is a huge freaking deal. I mentioned it before, that purple gas geyser puts an enormous pressure on Byun. And it's also because that left side base that Byun has isn't so well stable. Like it isn't a planetary, it doesn't have 5 tanks there. If you have 5 tanks there, you can just start shooting the low ground and you're fine. Yeah, that base is important, but there's probably already 300-400 gas missing there, which is big. That's a very big deal. Zerg loves having gas. Late game armies always are very gas intense. Ooh, snipes going down. There's a lot of brutes there falling. More brutes still on the way though. Broodlord upgrades kind of suck at the moment. Byun is gonna take out this base. I wish we would see how much gas there still is in that extractor on the left side. You know what I think would be a good change? If a number shows how much gas there's still on gas geysers for like the observers, so we can see it. So you don't have to click them individually. I think that would be good. That's a good change. If you are capable of doing that, put it in, please. Like if you own the game hard mod or something like that. Wouldn't mines disrupt the mass movements of Zerg? So the thing about mines is that they're very good, but if you just imagine you have like 10 mines in random locations, then Zerg can just reliably with like 15 links, if they micro well, they can just take out these mines with an overseer, right? You sacrifice 1 link, take out the mine. You sacrifice another link, take out the mine. Very often when Zergs are moving, they send 1 or 2 links in front so that they tank the mine shots basically. So if that's what happens, then yeah, then you're gonna be fine. This is a good fight for who actually? I don't know. A couple of brutes went down. I don't think too many Terran units actually ended up going down. Left side base has been cleared. An issue for Shin might be his right side base. Lots of snipes going down. There's too much bio, it feels like almost. Like lots of Marauders and Marines. What is the ghost count? I'd love to see. I need a couple of information, like points of information here. So one, I need some data. That's what I need. I want to see how much gas has been mined on the left side, and I want to see the ghost count. The ghost count feels too small. Too little. Too little ghost. This left side base isn't so important because it doesn't have gas mining. This base is very important for Byun. The left side, this one actually, if Shin loses this one, that actually would be kind of big. Good splits, good pickup. Wow. Very good decision making as it feels like Byun is actually pushing through. Huge fungals going to connect. Brute Lords being sniped back. Corruptors moving in forward. We'll take out one. We'll take out two. We'll take out three medevacs here. Thors move in as well. Need to change their mode to the fat gun mode. I don't actually know what it's called. That's when they have the fat guns and they shoot stuff down with their fat guns. Planetary shooting as well. Helbet's helping out. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. 34 Banes. Neural Parasite. That's really what we've been missing so far. Overall trades have been much better this game for Byun than in the last game. It was 39k we just saw to 26k. Before it was 39 to 42 or something like that. So the difference was much smaller. Byun here is getting owned though in this fight. In this particular fight he's getting owned. He just hasn't been mining as much as his opponent as well. That's a real issue. Shin is broke as a joke though. This base is gonna fall. This looks like a one-sided affair, but this is still very close. Shin is actually being outmined. This is an all-in push. This doesn't feel like an all-in push, but it definitely is. What is happening on the bottom side? Is there an army there? I see something on the minimap. I don't know what it is. Is it like a floating building or something? Okay, Byun still pushing in forward. Look, Byun. I think Byun is winning this. I think Byun is actually winning this. He's outmining his opponent ×2. Random planetary there helping out. Come on. This army needs to be microed real badly. Take out these queens. Yeah, there we go. Queens are being taken out. We need to pick up as well. Snipes, Thors coming in. We have a fungal on, I think, a ghost here. Yeah, fungal on a ghost. Uses EMP as well. Army supply is definitely in favor of Shin. 9 Marines being produced at a time. 3 ghosts still popping out as well. Where's that ghost army? Hello, can we get some info on that? There's 2 lurkers in the night. This is actually kind of big. Lurkers would be huge here. Ghosts were cloaked. It means they lost a bunch of energy. Fungal connects with all of them. As Byun here is kind of being slaughtered. He's kind of being slaughtered. These ghosts need to split. These ghosts need to split. These ghosts will stay alive for now. How many brutes do we have remaining? I think the answer might just be too many. Byun's looking upset. Byun's not looking happy, but he's still outmining his opponent. If he can get rid of the corruptors, that would be huge. This planetary could definitely help out as well, because a lot of the mining is happening on the bottom side. Planetary could kill a lot of these links. It also means that these brutes are now exposed. This planetary dealt a lot of damage. That is there's like 20, 25 supply that went down there on the side of Shin. Can he take out those brutes? There's no medevacs. There are no medevacs. And now Byun is actually being outmined as well. That is a serious issue. I think Byun's dead. This was such a close ending. Look at this. Oh. Oh. Corruptors in the sky not helping out. Byun is outmining his opponent again, but he just doesn't have... Oh my god. He's gonna lose. This is so close. He's outmining his opponent by factor 20 right now. He can't believe it, and I can't believe... Honestly, if he rebuilds production on the right side, flies his command centers over, he might be fine. He still has that drop on the right side. There are 2 Hellbats. That's all the mining that Shin has right now. It is that one base. No! He shouldn't have left. He had planetary still towards the right side. No! I'm gonna go back in the game. So, I think this right side bottom base is a planetary. He still had a starport on the far right. You can try floating your buildings. He had 1,100 minerals to build more stuff. I see the brutes. There's no money income. He has no income. Okay. Okay. What is this army? This army is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 brutes, 20 lynx, and 8 hydras. And then there are corruptors, but you just have no air units. Like, you can build turrets to delay. Like, it's not good, but it delays. How is he going to kill a planetary? You know how long it takes 6 brutes to kill a planetary? That takes years if you repair it. If he gets 30, 40 marines out, he can take a good trade. He can kill units at least. Like, there's no banelings. There are no fungals. I'm not saying he's winning. I'm saying he should have tried. He has 1k in the bank. And he's outmining his opponent legit 20 times. I'm not delusional here. He has no production? Yeah, but he can build production. He can fly every building somewhere else. Then the Hydras will chase that, right? And then you rebuild production on the right side. You're probably going to get 1 or 2 barracks into positions to start producing. I mean, it's a stretch. It's a reach. I think he should have stayed in, though. I think he should. Okay, this is going to be the schedule for the day, by the way. Shin still had 36 workers to mine. Yeah, but he had no bases that were mining. And the moment Shin starts splitting up his army, he's in trouble because he can't split his army. He needs everything to protect it. He could maybe send some links back home, but there's a 2 Hellbat skill, an infinite amount of links. So you need to send Hydras back home. That's really scary for him. There's no picture of Max Packs? What do you mean? Oh, there's a picture of Max Packs. Are you blind? That's Max Packs. You didn't see the face reveal? Yeah, that was quite an event. Whenever Max Packs plays, he always wears an Artanis suit. I didn't know that either, but he just loves it. Yeah. Is this streaming on Twitch? It's streaming everywhere. It's streaming on Twitch, streaming on YouTube, live on Kick and Rumble. Facebook Live, TikTok Live. I'm everywhere, baby. Twitter Spaces. I'm in the Twitter space right now as we speak. I'm the king of the space. Can you actually stream on Twitch? Twitter? I don't know. I think you can probably. Isn't Rumble a dating app? Is it? I don't think so. I don't think Rumble is a dating app. I thought Rumble was the streaming platform. It's your rights management video platform. Host, distribute, and monetize all your professional, social, and viral video. Very cool. Bumble is the dating app, yeah. That's true. Bumble is the dating app. Oh, we got a game again. You know what they're good at? It's just freaking bum. Some freaking speed here. This show, it's speedy. The SC Boys show. I like that. They know what it's all about. We want to see games and we want to see them quickly. He points out all the sponsors at the start of every series with his mouse. I feel like that could have been done better. Did you watch any of the Dutch national team playing at the European Handball Championship? No. Did we win? I bet we won. Dutch are very good at handball. My mom was a fantastic handball player. I mentioned this many times before. She was very, very good. She was aggressive, strong. I watched her punch multiple people in her heyday. She's an aggressive player. I once saw her get a yellow card. I think that's a big moment in your life. Is when you see another adult giving your mom a yellow card. Handball is very fun to play and watch, yeah. I mentioned this before. I think handball is one of these high tier sports. I think handball is underrated as a sport. It's very high paced. It has a bad reputation, I think. I don't know why it has a bad reputation. Like, it's just like not a very fun sport, but it's like way higher paced than football, for example. Football objectively sucks. Like, you hardly ever get the ball. There's too many players with football. Both American football and real football, of course. Too many players, difficult rules, not enough goals. Handball and basketball, I think, are probably the best sports. Basketball is... Also, you know what doesn't make sense? Is that basketball is really popular and then netball isn't. Well, it's technically just the same sport. It's practically the same thing, no? How does that make any sense? I don't know. I think I'm very glad basketball is popular. It's a fun sport. You can watch basketball even if you don't understand it. It's like, oh, that's cool. You know, you can see that they're real athletes. They're running around. They're quick. They're fast. They're good. It's high pace. America has this weird mix of sports though, because they have the best one. Actually, ice hockey is also very good. I've never watched it, but when people talk about it, it sounds very exciting. So they have two really good sports. You have the NFL. Is that the hockey league? The HSL? What's the hockey league called? Whatever the hockey league is called, that one is cool. Then you have the NBA, which is very cool. And then they also have baseball. Is that MLB? NHL, yeah. And then you have the Major League Baseball. Now, I mentioned this before, but people that voluntarily watch baseball should be on some type of list. A terror list, preferably. These people are not allowed to make any other important decisions, you know? There's a couple of disqualifiers to become the US president. So, for example, you can't be below 35 years old, and you need to be a born American citizen. Like, these are the two requirements. I think we should add a third one, that if you went to more than one baseball game, that you're also disqualified. That's for just is instant brain damage. It's instant brain damage. Nothing happens the entire day in baseball. People go there for like 6 hours. Nothing happens. So the entire sport is just sitting there watching guys try to hit a ball, and they fail majority of the time. This is an insane sport. And at some point, a guy steals the base, and they pretend like this is a huge move. He just started walking while the ball wasn't in play. It's like cheating. It's like they put this in the rules. You're allowed to cheat. It's like in a game of StarCraft. You walk over to the other side, just punch the guy. It's like, what a brilliant play. He didn't see it coming. It's like, what? How is that legal? Absolutely insane. All right. Mind Drop didn't do a whole lot of damage. Observer coming out as well. It's two mines are just chilling in this medevac. It's gonna come back in at some point. Charge on the way. So we have Blink into charge. This is a very herO-esque build. Yeah, he's gonna pump Immortals. I've seen him do this before. So this is really weird. As in, this kind of goes against regular Protoss theory. So, from Blink openers, there are, let's call it 3 viable paths, okay? Viable path number 1 is going to be 4 gas into Colossus. That way, you hold the initial push by having 1 or 2 Colossi out with a battery, okay? You can deal well with Marines, it's no problem. You have relatively low gateway counts because you're building expensive robo units. So you have maybe 4... If you're very lucky and the push hits late, maybe you have 6 gateways. Okay, low gateway count, high-tech units, basically. Good against the first push. Now, the second option is going to be to just build pure charge lot Stalker, okay? Lower gas, 3 gas maybe. You get a lot of gateways, and then you start producing. Because you don't start producing expensive units early on, you can have a lot of gates. So you have very good production. yet your units are a bit more primitive. It can be hard to hold big mine pushes, for example. It's very good against tank attacks. Then, finally, you have the Templar Archives, where you rush out Storm quickly. It's not very expensive, just costs a lot of gas. And then you get 8 gateways. You skip your upgrades with this. These are the 3 general options. But what herO is doing is he's getting Immortals and focuses on Immortal Sentry Stalker. Immortals aren't as good at killing Marines that Colossus are, but they're very good if you get a lot of them against Marauders, which is always going to be the transition later on. So the first push can be extremely difficult to hold, but the second and the third push, when your Immortal count keeps growing, can become much easier. You're really building a very powerful force. But this is the scariest moment here for herO, before he hits 3-4 Immortals, I think. Or before he transitions into something else. Because they don't have the same... It's not as big a power spike as Storm or Colossus are, yet you have a lower gateway unit count because your infrastructure is much later. Like, he's still adding gateways at this moment. He's also getting double upgrades. Bunny is trying to achieve something here. I'm not sure if he's going to be capable of doing that. I think the battery is empty now, though, and there's still 4 mines. So if herO decides to run in with his Zealots, he's going to lose a lot of Zealots. And the timer is still... You know, herO still isn't completely safe here. Like, there's still going to be another timing here, because the Immortal doesn't just clean this up. There's not going to be Colossus for quite some time. We have Ghost now coming out. Like, before the first Colossus is out, this is still really scary. So you didn't clean up this push like you would with Zealot Stalker. You kind of stayed alive. And there's also no big power spike yet. So honestly, if Bunny manages to walk across the map with 3 Ghosts, I'm really freaking afraid for him. This Prism needs to bring something. Like, this Prism needs to pull his opponent back. Bunny is not being pulled back, though. Triple Mine Drop, Armory not quite done yet. This drop is... I wonder if herO's gonna warp in. Yeah, I think it's a good call. Bunny's gonna get a kill here on the fort base, and then this Mine Drop needs to deal some serious damage. Good play, though, by herO. I like the way he's playing. Oh my god, he's in position already. This Mine Drop did nothing. And that means that Bunny's going to be down 12 workers. He's going to all in right now with 1-1 upgrades. He's building Vikings already. I don't think he can transition into a macro game from here on out. Like, he needs something at this point, right? Because he's just being outmined 300-400 minerals a minute or so. He's down 13 workers, which is bad. I'd love to see a second forge here coming out of herO as well. +2. 3 Marauders. Okay, he's gonna try to get into a late game. I'm very surprised by that. I'd say his peak is now. The moment the second Colossus comes out, that is going to be a serious issue here for Bunny. Now, this is a good Terran map. I'll give him that. The Zealot run by is scary. As in, scary for herO. Because he's going to lose a lot of supply and not do any damage. He's going to kill 1 or 2 Marauders. Lose 10 Zealots. Now loses a Stalker as well, despite having an Observer there. More Colossus on the way. Second Forge is active. Once 2-2 finishes is going to be a real nice spot here for herO. Losing all those Zealots suck, though. Bunny now seems to just be kind of okay. That's a lot of money. Like, people don't really think about it, but if you lose 8-9 Zealots and you kill 1 Marauder... I mean, that's minus 700 minerals, right? So that's basically the income advantage that he had. Boom. Disappeared. That ain't good. It really ain't good. I still think herO's in a fine spot, though. Just because of the upgrades. I think he has good infrastructure as well. He's getting the disruptors. And more importantly, he can go for map control whenever he wants to. One of the things that Protoss really struggles with, usually, is getting out on the map, getting map control. This is a huge move out of Bunny. He's going to clear that prism. That's big. That's actually quite big. herO's already walking towards a 5th. I think he's taking it on the wrong side, though. Viking count is kind of low, no? Does he really only have 3 Vikings? Oh, if herO gets caught out of position here, that would be so bad. If herO gets caught here, that would suck. Disruptor shots, 2 being sent at the same time. That's good. Anti-armaments though, he needs to recall. He's gonna lose 2 disruptors. 1 disruptor and a Colossus. Not brilliant. Still has a bit of an upgrade lead. Celadron by dealing no damage. Again. Viking count is too low. Viking count is too low. 3 Colossus versus 4 Vikings. I don't know what Bunny is thinking here. I do not know what Bunny is thinking. He cannot fight that, can he? Mine's gonna connect. Yeah, Bunny needs to move back a little bit. It's gonna need at least 7 Vikings. Yeah, 6, 7 Vikings is an okay-ish number. Depends how the fight starts. This is a good start here for Bunny. Gets the first shot for free, anti-armor connecting as well. Raven gets sniped. That is big. That means observers will not be tortured any longer. We have a base trade. Base trades against disruptors can be tricky. There's no recall available. It definitely, though, is Bunny that dealt the first hit. He's splitting up much more efficiently than herO as well here. herO tries to go to the production ASAP. 2 batteries, pylons, cannons being taken out. Probes. Do we have any probes on the map? We still have a 5th base on that left side. SCVs managed to escape. Command center's gonna lift. All command centers should lift and piss off. There's still a planetary, though, forward for Bunny. I think Bunny might be doing this, which would be very impressive, because his start wasn't very hot at all. Losing a bunch of workers to that prism sucked massively. This is a good defensive setup, and if you lose all of your production, and then you still have to fight a planetary, that's not going to be great, let me tell you that much. These SCVs, okay, they do find this base. Where are the probes, though, that herO has? He has 28 probes, he needs to keep those alive. If herO loses the probes, he's in trouble. He has 5 probes over here. 5. I guess the others are all in the main base and they're gonna die. If herO can clear this planetary, that would be huge. That would be massive. Another Nexus goes down on the other side. I think herO has got it. Yeah, I think because he has so many disruptors, right? That's a huge deal. Ooh, I say that. Look at this. I don't think hero's gonna be in time to defend. How many probes are on the right side? It's 8 or 9. Bunny's barracks are being caught here. And that's all of his workers that are being caught. So that right now means... This is interesting. How many... Wait, there's no workers. Oh, the game is over. If he just had a single SCV, it would have been playable for Bunny, because he has 2 orbital commands. So then with mules, you can outmine your opponent. And then you can build depots. But he can't build depots. This is a classic catch-22. You can't build SCVs because you don't have depots. And you can't build depots because you don't have SCVs. This is an actual catch-22. God, a brilliant rule. A brilliant catch, that catch-22. That really is something. I mean, you can mine all you want, but it's not going to do anything. So it just ends up scanning. There's going to be 1 fight and 1 fight only. Can't lose the battery. No, what are you doing? He recalls? Stalkers. Okay, makes sense. This is the fight. 3 Colossus. Blinks forward. Loses a bunch of Colossus here. Have the disruptors been sent yet? Vikings have disappeared. The Immortals on the ground actually helping so much. That blink forward was one of the many blinks that I've seen in my life. And they're gonna win the game. But this felt like it should have been a little bit easier for him. GG gets called. Very well done here by herO. I'm proud of him. I give him 5 stars for that. Bunny looks very sad. No, that's not funny at all. Just thinking right now, like, how do I deal with this crap? Oceanborn, good map as well for him. Hecate, probably herO's map. Heartlet, that's a terror map if I've ever seen one. What the hell are the vetoes? herO vetoed Alcyone? That makes no sense. As well as Solaris and Side Delta. I think Side Delta and Alcyone are both better than Heartlet and Oceanborn. Just my opinion, though. He did just win on Oceanborn, but that map seems really... I don't like it. I gave that map 3 stars, which is a relatively low number. Wayne Gretzky is widely claimed to be the most dominant athlete ever in any team sport. What game did he play? Who's Wayne Gretzky? I never heard of that. Isn't Wayne Gretzky the guy that Michael Scott quotes? Wayne Gretzky, you miss every shot you don't take, or something like that? Oh, he plays Ice Age. Ice hockey. Ice Age on my mind. Freudian slip. Wayne Gretzky, 62 years old. Canadian. Oh. You know what I think of those guys? You know what I think of those guys? Nothing wrong with them. I like Canadians. All right. Game number 2 here. What tournament event is this for? This is for the Masters Coliseum number 7. And the number indicates how good it is. 6 was worse than 7. Canadians are the Dutch of the Anglosphere. I agree. I like the Canadians. I like the Dutch. The Dutch are very good. Good people. Good folk. Go herO. Yeah, Protoss fan. Hey, what's up, Boss StarCraft? How you doing, buddy? You can run ads on YouTube streams now. Which pays more, YouTube or Twitch for running adverts? I don't know. The problem with the Twitch ads is that I think they play automatically, unless you run them yourself. On YouTube, whenever you're seeing an ad on YouTube, it's me clicking the money button. It actually, YouTube knows what you want when you're running ads. It's a dollar sign that you click, and there's a plus next to it. So it's just like plus dollars. That's what you want. So whenever I tap down, I'm like, oh, dollars? I like that. Poof, when I click it. On Twitch, it says something like, run a 30-second commercial. I'm like, 30-second commercial? That doesn't sound fun at all. Why would I want to run a freaking 30-second commercial? That sounds awful. This is no fun. If Twitch would have a massive dollar sign on their dashboard, I would be spamming that bad boy too. But Twitch is because Twitch is not profitable, so they're forcing ads. It's in an attempt to become profitable. It's very frustrating. So I think you need to run them every 12 minutes or every 18 minutes yourself, and then they won't play automatically. YouTube, I can go for not running ads for 5 hours, and then usually go, oh, that's fine. Just use their website for hosting some expensive video content. That's no problem for us. We're okay with that. Kind of fun. But yeah, that's how we roll. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'm okay with it too. Let's do it together, boy. YouTube is a great platform. I freaking love YouTube, man. I think just the chat experience on YouTube is very mediocre. It doesn't feel as integrated on Twitch. That's the only complaint I have. But their video player is superior by a mile. It also seems much easier to do proper community building on Twitch. Yeah, I don't know why that is. It's probably because people have they're anonymous, so they feel less self-conscious. On YouTube, everyone's account is tied to their Gmail. So you have like John Smith calling you an idiot. It's different than if the Dark Lord 42069 calls you an idiot. You're more likely to flame him back. Well, John Smith is like, oh, that's an actual person. Joseph Smith, this guy who did the Book of Mormon. I went to see the musical, by the way. It was quite funny. I thought it was very good, the Book of Mormon. I don't like musicals, but that was pretty good. I also watched Les Miserables. That movie. That's also a musical, but it's a musical without any dialogue. It's not it. It's absolutely not it. These adepts are dealing way too much damage, by the way. But herO isn't macroing properly behind it. He's floating money and he wasn't producing workers. So although this looks very good, we're being baited here. We're absolutely being baited because herO didn't macro properly behind this. It's still good for herO, but we're still being baited as well. Look at this. 2 mines in a freaking medevac. High tier moves. What is the Dutch version of John Smith? John Smith is the most standard name, right? I think we have Jan Modaal, if I'm not mistaken. That's the guy that always gets used in economy examples. He's the guy that makes the average salary, you know? he's a regular guy. I think he's called Jan Modaal. He's your average Dutch guy. Yeah. Because that's what John Smith is, right? He's the average guy. He's the everyday man. Ja, Otto Normalverbraucher. Yeah. In Germany. I see it there one day. If he snipes the combat, that's big. Ooh, okay. Stays alive, loses the Stalker. Let's focus a little bit on this game. This is not enough damage. He's playing 4-gate. He needs to do more. Turrets coming in here as well. I freaking hate how much damage you need to deal with 4-gate Blink. I don't like the build. MaxPax has moved away from it as well. Seems like herO, though, he's fine with it. He's gonna get a kill here on this bunker. Takes out the tank as well. Now, there's still one more tank remaining. There's no third base yet, don't forget. This tank needs to go. It needs to go. You can't have this tank around and have a good time. 7 workers, not enough. No, Bunny, what are we doing with that tank? Stays alive, dies. Oh my god. Are you joking? This is how Terrans lose. It's like, oh, if I get 2 tanks out, I win the game. Let me rally it next to the ridge. I'm on the cliffside view today when I die. What the hell is this? Like, these are the types of games that were happening as well when Terrans were complaining about 4-gate Blink. It's like the first tank pops out in front of the 4-gate Stalker. It's like, how could I have done this better? It's like, well, I don't know. You can't beat it. All right? It's impossible. I'm with you guys. That is freaking insane. He's also lost his stim, and now the game is over. Yeah, now he did enough damage. Bunny is freaking dead, man. He lost his stim, lost his combat, lost 5 tanks already this game. He would have been fine losing the combat if he would have kept the stim and the tank. First of all, the tank on the low ground was too exposed. And then the tank on the high ground, well, what also was too exposed. He went to the wrong side. It's extremely frustrating. Yeah, I'm frustrated all around. Because Terrans look at a game like this and they think that 4-gate Blink won them the game. But the fact that Bunny didn't put a rally point on the tank, or the freaking barracks was blocking the exit point of the tank, that is what lost him the game. I know that's a small thing, but it's also like, it's not that hard to fix, you know? Like, if you know tanks are important, you probably should be working on keeping them tanks alive a little better. Both of these games, on the edge. herO's, yeah, he advances on to the next round, but wasn't very solid. Bunny also isn't a top Terran, I think. I don't think he's top 5. So, you know, we have MaxPax, Firefly, Clem, Maru left. Because I think Clem, Maru, Byun are better than Bunny. Do you have any other Terrans that I'm forgetting now? Cure, better than Bunny. So maybe Bunny is rank 5 in the Terrans. Would that be fair to say? Just gonna check what Illegal has to say about the Terrans. Cure, Clem, Maru, Byun. Oliveira, herO Marine, Gumiho, Bunny. According to Aligilak, Bunny is the 7th Terran. No, the 8th Terran, sorry. I'm not sure if herO Marine is better than Bunny. No, actually, I think he is, yeah. That's fair. That is actually fair. Okay. Okay, I dig it. What about Ryung? What? Would you Look, I love Ryung as much as any other guy, but Ryung's not better than Bunny, right? Also not according to Illegal and also not according to me. Ryung, according to Illegal, is worse than Spirit still. And then comes Ryung, then comes Special, Kelazur, TY, Keen. That's it. Then we got our top 40 properly closed out. Oliveira is above him, yeah, I think so. That's fair play. Okay, let's see. They're so freaking fast with the new games. So you think, oh, we're waiting, how boring. But no, it's gonna come soon. Don't worry, guys. It's on the way already. You guys just don't know it. I think usually when you call the top players of a race, you say the top 3, right? That's it. That's where my mind goes to, at least. Oh, I saw I got Zadrigo. Gave me 250 RSD. If he had 30 more Marines, he could get a good trade. Well, it was true. You know, you can say a lot of things about that statement, but it was definitely true. Hit the money button. What do you think I just did? Do you want to see what it actually looks like? The money button? Let's see. We can show this. Here. I think I'm not sure if I'm allowed to show. I think I am. Surely. Right? That's no problem. Please, Mr. YouTube, don't kick me off the platform. Okay, here. So it's up here. This is the money button. It literally says plus money. How sick is that? I freaking love that so much. Let me click it a couple of times. Ads inserted. Another time. Gather becoming rich. So, and a freaking Twitch. At Twitch, it just says run a 120-minute commercial, 120-second commercial. It looks negative, you know? It doesn't look nice. Wait, I can show you the Twitch dashboard as well. Let me get there. How do you do this? Here. Where we go. This is Twitch. Oh, by the way, we had a few subscriptions. I'll shout you guys out in a second. I'm sorry for that. So here, you should run a 1-minute ad break. What the hell is this symbol as well? Like, what does this mean? It looks like a poorly drawn Among Us character or something like that. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't even want to click it. I don't want to click any of these things. They don't look enticing to me. They have bright colors, but it doesn't look enticing. The most enticing thing looks raid channel, because it looks like you're about to get parachuted. Ugh. Is it a banknote? What a terribly drawn banknote. The artist who did that? Not okay. Let's go here. Yeah, we're back to where we're supposed to be. I'll do some shout outs from the Twitch chat. Thank you, by the way, Lovio, for the raid. Thank you, Luke, for the 85-year resub. He said, the best 85 years of my life. It's been the best 85 years of my life too, Luke. Thank you so much. Count Bebop with the Twitch Prime. Daniel Der Beste with the Twitch Prime. Lucius with the Tier 1 subscription. Fallender with the 74-month resub as well. Dascambas with the Prime subscription. Thanks so much, guys. I appreciate all of you. Very kind of you all. As it seems like the game is live again. Look at that. They're so fast, man. It appears to be a horizontal dollar. It looks terrible, no? It looks like an ad. You don't want to click it. You just don't want to click it. There we go. We get those sponsors again. Of course, thanking those guys putting on this tournament. You know, the SC boy is unironically saving the StarCraft scene. With their constant tournaments, they have the freaking WTL that they run. That's a massive team league. WTL is honestly super fun. Like, I think as a team, it helps teams so much as well to just have constant exposure. If you're one of like the top 12 teams in the world, there used to be nothing for the team. This is one of the issues. I remember when I was in Fnatic, I was talking with one of the managers and he was like we love StarCraft, but when Fnatic wins in StarCraft, it is the player that wins. So like Night End wins, X Tournament, Hearthstone wins. Well, nothing. Hearthstone got 5th place. And like, wow, Hearthstone, good job. But if Fnatic wins in like Counter-Strike, it's like Fnatic won in Counter-Strike. So people are way more tied to an organization in a way than they are to just the players. Like they have their favorite players on the team. But he said it's kind of difficult to, you know, to have that done properly. And I think WTL did a very good job with these team competitions. People actually, like, they're fans of teams a lot more because of it, I feel like. Wardy used to run a team competition, but I think the prize money there was too low for it to have the same level of prestige. And I remember him saying that and thinking to myself, that's true. But also I thought to myself, that's also not my problem, is it? So, and I got kicked out of Fnatic, so it really was my problem. Shouldn't have kept getting 5th places again and again. Nah, Fnatic was really nice to me, actually. They were very kind. Alright. What else Firefly doing? He's proxying a gate. I played this build like 5 times against MaxPax, like just yesterday or so. So MaxPax, he knows how to beat it. You get the Zealot, you get the Stalker, this game is over. It's 1-0 right now. Like, MaxPax has the best 1-gate defense in the entire world. I took 2 maps of him, which makes me the best attacker in the entire world. This build that Firefly is playing is actually extremely good, but if you open up with Zealot and you find the first pylon and you kill the first pylon and then you also kill the second pylon, I think the game is just over, because the 5th Stalker is vitally important and he's losing that. He's also not going to be capable of adding in a 4th gate, which is also kind of important. So he's going to have 2 less Stalkers here, I think. And the first unit is an Oracle. And I think his battery is too late. So the game is going to end in about 20 seconds from now. Firefly isn't aware of that yet. He believes he still has a chance. He's like, oh, I lost my pylon twice. That sucks. But my opponent is playing in a spacesuit that resembles Artanis. So maybe I still have a chance. But then he doesn't. And now he's dead. So he's going to attack into this. There's going to be a Void Ray popping out. We have 2 batteries. MaxPax just won a battle of 2 Stalkers versus 7. How he did it, no one really knows. But he did it anyway. And now he won the game officially. Firefly is looking at it and thinking to himself, I should have picked a different position to proxy my first pylon. What a terrible plan this was. Oh, battery finished up. I think MaxPax accidentally chrono boosted too much, and as a result, he didn't have the super battery available, which could have actually been really bad, but it ends up being fine, because his early game was way too good. How do we know that MaxPax isn't just local off-racing? I floated this theory before. I have. And is there any evidence to prove it? No. But is there any evidence to disprove it? No either. So I've been thinking about ways to kind of get them out. Every now and again when I call MaxPax, I've been speaking Dutch to him to try and trick him into speaking Dutch back to me, because that's what Loco would do. But no, Loco keeps speaking to me whenever he pretends to be MaxPax in a Danish-English accent. It's impressive the lengths that Loco goes through to hide the fact that he's one of the best players in the world. It's crazy. This guy has dedication to the cause, all right? Streamer, imagine Airbot, but StarCraft 2. A young Danish boy teaches his dog to play StarCraft 2. While the boys at school, the dog constantly plays and becomes the best Protoss in Europe. Could call it Airbot Max Balls. I don't know what Airbot is. I feel like the premise of your story is kind of revolving around the fact that people know what Airbot is, but no one knows what that is. They think you're just misspelling AirPods. They're like, what does Apple products have to do with this? It's like, it doesn't make any sense. Right? Well, we don't get it. What the hell is Airbot? You don't know Airbot? No one knows Airbot. Stop pretending like this is a common knowledge. Like everyone knows what Airbot is. It's a movie where a dog played basketball. Yeah. I wonder why I didn't watch that. Maybe because I'm not 5 years old. Like, what is this? It's a movie about a dog playing basketball. You guys believe this? It's obviously fictional. That's not really possible, you know, right? I only watch movies that really happened. My favorite movie? Harry Potter 3. I love it. When they help Sirius escape from the Dementors, that's some high tier. Based on a true story, that's what I heard. The movie came out when you were 5 years old, though. Yeah, but even as a 5-year-old, I was very mature. I probably looked at the trailer and thought to myself, that's really childish. Why am I 5? And my mom was like, yeah, you actually are 5. That is disgusting. When I was young, I really liked a movie called Andre, which is a movie about a... What are these guys called? The animals that clap. Sea lions? The very fat ones, though. I thought your favorite is In Bruges. Yeah, not when I was 5. It's a bit of a dark movie for a 5-year-old, isn't it? About a hitman. What kind of movies did you watch when you were 5, Elaine? Is that normal in Poland? Son, now that you've turned the ripe age of 5, let me take you to The Thing 2. Is that a horror movie? I think it is. Let me take you to Killer in the Backyard, 17. Like, that sounds fun, Dad. That's why Polish people are so strong mentally. They get traumatized when they're 5. But it's tradition. Can't fight tradition. When I was 5, I loved Wall-E. I too liked Wall-E. You know, I thought that movie was gonna be garbage, but that movie was very good. Because usually when people say that an animation film is very good, majority of the time it ends up being garbage. Wall-E was good, it was cute, it was fun, I enjoyed it. It was one hell of a ride. Yeah, Wall-E was... I rate that movie for sure. I watched it recently, like 2 years ago. Irene forced me to watch it. When I told her that I hadn't seen it yet. You haven't seen Wall-E? No, I haven't seen it. Like, you have to watch it. And then it took her 3 years to convince me to watch a movie about a mute robot. I did not regret it. So here we have Firefly opening up with... I think this is the same build, isn't it? I think you need a forge. MaxPax is getting a forge and he opened up with the Void Ray. This time he skipped the Zealot, so he has a later Stargate. Faster probes. Like, so he has more money, and that money you can't really invest into anything except in cannons. So you're going to invest it in cannons because that's what makes the most sense. Probably needs to send the super battery if he ain't careful. I actually believe that Firefly should have committed a little bit more before the second battery finished. If he can clear the cyber core, that would actually be kind of big. Pre-warp gate. Okay, warp gate's cancelled. Stargate is also in a vulnerable spot because he lost the core. He can't rebuild the Stargate. And he also can't build a robo. That's a very big deal. I think Firefly is winning this game. I actually believe that Firefly is winning this game right now. Oh, lost the Stalker for free. Serious mining advantage though here for MaxPax. About 200 minerals a minute. That is a cannon that he gets to build for free. Over his bonus, but he's also losing buildings at a high pace. Probably more than 150 a minute. The micro is so good though. Look at this micro. This is also with... It's all being played on West. This is the worst server for MaxPax. Third Void Ray pops out. Another Stalker goes down. His control is inspiring. It really is. He needs more cannons though. He's floating money. He can't get rid of it. He can't get rid of it. He needs to get some more cannons out. But right now, he ain't getting it. Okay, Void Ray set up. Super Battery activates. Cannons need to go down. We have money for cannons, MaxPax. Battery, robotics facility. The moment the first Immortal pops, this game is going to end. The game will finish the moment the Immortal pops. But that's still a long way away. 2 Stalkers go down in exchange for a cannon. That's a good that's a good rate. That's a good exchange rate. You get that at the currency exchange office. You take that any day of the week. Batteries are now empty. Next battery still a couple of seconds away from finishing. This cannon is going to end up going down. That is a very big deal. First Void Ray has fallen. Probes now falling as well. 31 workers to 23. Cannon goes up. There needs to be a new backup island in the back. That's what a backup island does. It stands in the back. The Stalker goes down. Immortal hasn't even started yet. There's no cash. There's too much gas. There's too much gas. There is too much gas. There's too much gas, there are not enough minerals. Immortal starts, backup pylon goes up. Next super battery should be available soon. 1 cannon and an immortal. That's all he needs. If it's just an immortal, it's not enough. You need a cannon with it. You need a cannon with your immortal. Super battery needs to be activated. How far away are we? How far away are we? Super battery is activated. Immortal is maybe, what, 20 seconds away from finishing. Gateway now finishes up. Warp gate almost done as well. It's now or never. Here comes the immortal. There's no battery energy available. Well, there's a little bit. Good Sim City, by the way. Look at the spot that immortal can be in. This Nexus might actually fall. Probes need to piss off, though. Probes need to piss off. They're blocking the immortal right now. What a blunder here by Max. A little blunder here by MaxPax. He's going to lose this base. But losing that base isn't the end of the world. You know what's the end of the world? It's when the apocalypse starts. Apocalypse? Or it's when this pylon goes down. This actually isn't the end of the world. MaxPax could give up this base. There is no tech. As long as he kept that first immortal alive. This situation, I actually think he would have been favored. Ooh, he's gonna walk up the ramp? That's kind of crazy. I don't like that. Don't enjoy that. That doesn't spark joy. Is he gonna go again? Nah, right? 30 workers to 24. 30 workers to 24. 2 Void Rays immediately move across the map as a counterattack here. As a counterattack, as he knows his opponent is going to contain him. So he's counterattacking. He's gonna get 2 immortals. He's gonna get a prism. What is Firefly gonna get? The game isn't over. If there was a second immortal already, I actually would be favoring MaxPax right now. However, there is no second immortal. Because then now the prism would come out and you can start elevatoring down. But there's no second prism. There's no second prism. How is Max going to manage? He's going to snipe the pylon. If he snipes the pylon, that would be huge. That forces a recall. There's just 1 pylon, buddy. There's 1 pylon. You can do it. You can do it. Poof. Recall forced. That's the entire army that's going home. No, it's 4 stalkers. That makes the breakout much easier, though. Because that means 2 immortals 100% clear this. So MaxPax is going to be a little bit down in workers. Up in brain power. He shouldn't be pulling probes down. He absolutely should not be pulling probes down right now. Chief? Just wait for the prism, dude. Put them in. Up. And go down. Could flank this with the voids, by the way. Yeah. Observer realized the same thing. MaxPax now realizing the same thing as well. It's like, wait, there's no blink. There's no blink. That means that these Void Rays and Immortals, had they been chasing properly, could have killed 4 or 5 Stalkers. Nah, probably 2 or 3. These Void Rays are moving incorrectly. MaxPax's gonna counterattack and build a Nexus at the same time. He has a lot of gas, so can build a bunch of sentries as well. And Immortal Void Ray Sentry is really powerful because it doesn't require a lot of space. And it all has very long range. So the problem if you're doing like a Stalker Sentry push is that you're kind of pushing your own units out of the way. It becomes hard to fight with everything. But because Void Rays float above the army, you have very high damage output and it works well. MaxPax tried to go for a thing on the ramp. What do you call it? Ding! Force field. A force field on the ramp. But, ooh, might still work actually. Gonna snipe the pylon for now. That's a good attempt. Super battery activated. That's kind of stupid, I think. No? What, try and save that pylon? That's the most important thing in life right now. 2 more sentries coming in. 3rd Immortal pops out as well. I think MaxPax just wins this game, honestly. Look, he's popping in. No super battery available. What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad facts, bad facts. Look at this Immortals. Battery not active anymore. Immortal needs to be picked up. MaxPax walks across the map. Gonna kill a bunch of workers. 2nd battery now finishes up. 1st Immortal is on the way for his opponent. There is no Twilight Council yet. What's that? 2 Adepts. It's gonna shade in towards the main. Shade in towards the main. At the same time, we have a counter attack going on. I love this. Oh, don't lose that! Don't lose that! I am not biased, but I want MaxPax to win. Ooh, loses the prism here. That is a mistake. At the same time, these adepts are coming in. That is not a mistake. This adept also dealing some damage, though. Pylon's gonna get sniped. Another pylon's gonna get sniped. MaxPax is gonna be... Well, it's gonna need to recall, that's for sure. He's gonna recall. Loses an Immortal here. Killed 3 workers. His opponent has a Twilight Council. MaxPax already has +1 on the way, because he had a Forge from earlier. Firefly's up 12 supply. MaxPax has 2 immortals, so he won't die. Firefly getting blink. And +1. He's also not building workers, probably because he doesn't think he needs to. This is not a... Don't fight this. Stalkers into immortals, you don't want to fight. You need... Yeah. Okay. This could be good, this could be bad. If the Prism dies, it's bad. Prism's gonna survive, Stalker's gonna die. That's what's gonna happen. That's 1 Stalker down. That's 2 Stalkers down. Poof. Nice play by Firefly. Everything moves in towards the main base. Blink not done yet for the opponent, though. Immortals coming in to save here. 3rd base on the way. I'm loving this. There's a Depth Shade in. That's gonna be, what, 3-4 kills? I mean... It's not insane damage, but it's something. And he needed that because he's also taking serious damage himself. No, Firefly. Hello, show the Prism? Firefly loses the Prism. That's the one thing he wasn't allowed to do. Well, there's a lot of things you aren't allowed to do, but that's one of the things he also wasn't allowed to do. If he starts attacking his own Nexus, that's not allowed. Not that I'm aware, at least. Well, it's allowed. It's just not a good move. It's not allowed if you're planning on winning. Protoss micro everywhere. Like, we shouldn't forget that when it's Europe versus China, that both players have significant ping. It's like from Denmark. I heard that they still deliver their internet connection by pigeon carrier. So I think MaxPax's gonna have like 200 ping, and I think Firefly's probably at like 160 or so. That's an interesting blink forward. And when I say interesting, I usually mean bad. And that was a bad blink forward. It lost like 5-6 Stalkers. MaxPax is getting a natural behind it, or a 3rd behind this, as well as the +2 attack. He's down way in workers, though. So maybe MaxPax feels a certain type of pressure here to all in. Jesus. How is this possible? How is MaxPax winning these fights? Why is this Immortal still alive? Did he just win the game? Blinks forward. Of course the shield reactivates there. It feels like he's hacking, no? It's like the Immortals just don't die. I mean, he got owned. Firefly got owned. He had the win from the start on the worst ping server for MaxPax. Firefly got absolutely destroyed. This is insane. MaxPax is so good at this game. He's probably the best, except when I played him on ladder yesterday. I took him out twice in a row with the same build order, by the way. No problem for me. And also MaxPax had no ping, so technically even more impressive. Now, I'm not doing this to brag. This is to sketch context around this game, okay? It's to explain to you guys, you know, how impressive it is, what I did yesterday. Did you record the games? No, I forgot. I was just laddering. Just having a good time. Okay, up next is Maru versus Clem. This series is going to be a banger as well. Did he GG you? Yeah, of course. MaxPax always GGs. You know what always gets MaxPax? Is if you ladder, you beat him, and then you stop playing. Then he'll message me like, hey, search again. Because he doesn't want to end on a loss streak versus me, you know? So I gave him... He didn't have to ask. I knew what he wanted. So I played him one more time. Then he took me out once. And then I was allowed to stop. He doesn't like it when people stop laddering after they beat him. I did it 3 days ago as well. I played one game at night. I don't like playing too much after like 10 because I feel a little bit slow. I played one game at 10. I got MaxPax. I won and I'm pissed off. That's it for the night, boys. Maybe a bit longer ago than 3 days, actually. Good luck at the 6.3k ladder. We're 6.5 now, baby. 6.4? I don't know where we are. Pretty high up, man. I'm good. What the hell? Let's click the money button, boys. It's time. It's time for the money button. Do the shmoney dance. Let's go! Rainer called 6.7 piss low yesterday. Yeah, Rainer's allowed to call 6-7 whatever he wants. For him, it's piss low. Big fan from League of Legends world. Love to see it. I haven't played League in a long time. I played 3 games of League in my time. Wasn't for me. We once got the police called on us because we were playing League. So we were very aggressive League players. So we were 5 guys in a house, and you know we'd have a. This was our fun of entertainment. So we'd have a cheeky drink, and then we play 2 or 3 games of League or so at night. This was in America, and then we would scream a lot. You know, to take them out, to beat them up, that type of stuff. And at some point, the police came around because they heard screaming. They thought it was domestic violence. It was just 5 guys playing League. And we didn't let them in. They didn't know what house it was coming from. Yeah. Out of context, the things you scream while playing League with 5 guys is probably not great. Oh, I never told the Mario Kart story yesterday with herO. So I wasn't here, but this is what what's he called? Well, I think what Lambo told me is that this was, I think it was in China, like 2019 or so. Lambo is really good at Mario Kart. Lambo is really good at almost every game that he plays, because I think Lambo is incapable of losing and then having a good time. I think Lambo has the best time when he's winning usually. So when we play a game, even if it's for fun, Lambo, he wins usually. 'Cause he also has like natural smartness. Like he's very good at analytical brain. So he'll look at things. You know, when I'm playing Mario Kart, I'm just going, like my goal is to go quick and to throw items at others. You know, I'm not thinking as much. Lambo's, you know, he sees things that others don't. He has that brain. So him and herO, they played a bit. He blasted herO. And then herO spent like the evening just practicing Mario Kart to take out Lambo. He was frustrated. I think both of them have a difficult time dealing with loss. What drivers do they use? I have no clue. Who cares? I think it was 28. I wasn't there though. But yeah, Lambo is too good. Although last time I've been playing a lot of Mario Kart, so I naturally got better. But I think the investment in hours of me versus Lambo is way higher. Lambo is natural. He has a good. He thinks different about things. You know, he looks at situations different. He's just naturally analytical. Whereas like in order for me to improve, I need to kind of think about things, you know, I need to sit down and I don't quite know how to explain, but he naturally has this inclination to just try to figure stuff out, which I don't have at all. Like I could kind of be happy just losing to the AI for days, you know, just trying different stuff. And he's like looking at it. He doesn't do that. He kind of figures stuff out on the spot, even without full information. I think Luigi is best for racing and Yoshi is best for battle mode. I'm going to write this down. I like Lemmy, but my Mario Kart experience is versus my 9 and 6-year-old. Kids are really bad at video games. Unironically, they suck. Don't tell them that, because that's rude. I'm not a monster. But when I was young, I was really bad at games as well. You see, kids just have no ability to improve at games. Like they get better by playing a lot, but there's not, you know, they've no, it's like there's no will to improve. Did you get upset when they lose as well? Poor emotional control, often kids. Yeah. If you have a kid in the future, what StarCraft II race will you let them pick? What do you mean, let them pick? I'm forcing them onto a race. They don't get to pick. Let them pick. That sounds like they have some say in it. They're playing Protoss, all right? My kids are all Protoss players. And if they touch Zerg, they're out of my will. They will not be inheriting my Home Story Cup participation medals. Imagine that at the I died. They talk about the will. One kid gets the house, and the other one like, all my money, and then the third one, the most prized possession, the trophies your father won playing the game that he loved the most. Third place national championship and 15 participation medals. Scammed. As a kid, I spent 50 hours in the wall campaign and I couldn't beat 0 hour. 0 hour was very difficult though if you played it on brutal. I'm not blaming you on it. I'm not blaming you. Imagine your kids becomes a room temperature IQ Terran mech player. Yeah, would not be good. There's places you can send your kid then. It's like there's no. I'm not worried about that. Yeah, it's not okay. That's not okay. Jail, for example, as you can send him youth detention. He's like he's a retraining camp, whatever you call him. You know, yeah, it's no way. He's not gonna be a mech player. No mech in my house, is what I say. Don't be bringing that mech into my house. Not under my watch. As long as you live in my house, you live under my rules, son. We're not building tanks here. Unless there's at least 12 Marines for every tank you have. He said, but Dad, what about the late games? Like, you're not becoming a Camp Ghost player either, you little prick. It's not how we do it here. But how am I supposed to beat Brutal Lord Invest? Like, that's for you to figure out. Let's play something active. Mass Viking Liberator. Ghost tank? What are you? Disgusting camping Terran player. You get them reading The Art of War so that they're a better StarCraft player? Bro, the amount of emails I've gotten about The Art of War and how important people think it is for StarCraft is really insane. Hey, they really think that The Art of War is like the greatest military book ever written, and that every rule in there can be applied to StarCraft 2. Like, pretend to be weak when you're strong. Like, I feel like there's a lot in there that you could use in StarCraft 2. I'm like, all right, I'll be using it from now on. Because these rules are so vague often that you can kind of apply them to anything. The Art of War is really to military what astrology is to future prediction. The rules are often so vague that they can apply to any situation. You know, you make any move in StarCraft, there is an Art of War chapter for that. It's like, oh, that reminds me of chapter 12 from the Art of War, when Sun Tzu cut off the ability to escape from the position, so his units fought harder. And it's like, yes, that is how I got there. Chapter 12, indeed. Very nice. It's like these... and then the real military guys, you know, there are like hundreds of books on modern military strategy. They come to like some party, military expert, you know, and they start talking, and then their uncle, who once read the first chapter of the Art of War, goes like, hey, heard you're a military expert. Have you read Sun Tzu? Not sure if you're familiar with him. Chinese philosopher and general. Pretty famous. Semi-fictional character. I think I'd actually end myself if I ever became a military expert, having to deal with that type of crap. Chapter 13, don't measure with your hotkeys. Sun Tzu was stuck in silver. I heard his mechanics sucked, actually, yeah. A great brain. Grandmaster knowledge, but the hands, they didn't work so well. All right. TVT. Now, if the rules of Art of War apply to any matchup, it would be TVT, because this is strategic, lots of thinking. Sure, speed is important, but what's also important is trying to trick your opponent into thinking certain things. For example, pretend that you're strong when you're weak. But, now this might surprise people, also pretending to be weak when you're strong. So, just reversing the two. Now, there's a good jump in here by Clem, as he is strong, and he's showing that he's strong. This is an even higher level mind game. This is the second edition that Sun Tzu wrote after he died. He added a chapter, is being strong when you're strong, showing strength when you're strong. It's like these added extra rules is pretty wild. 6 kills, good move here by Clem. Classic chapter 9 gameplay over there. As we have one Raven on the way. It's going to be Ravens and Cyclones for both players, with Clem having the lead in workers, but being down in Cyclones and being down in Ravens, but more workers. So a little bit more money, a little bit less units. Probably would need to stay defensive, or perhaps now is the time to attack. You can do whatever you want. You could chapter 5 or chapter 7 here. And I think both options are valid. Interference Matrix is going to be a little bit faster for Clem. I don't think it's going to have much of an impact. Storm your own Marines soon. What camera are you using? It's a Sony. I can't recall what it's called. I use a Sigma lens, 1.6. I used to use the Sony 1ZV1 or so, and that camera is very good as well. I like that one a lot. They're all pretty pricey though. Oh, Cyclone here being picked up. Micro is good, coming out of Clem. It's a real camera? Yeah, it's a real camera. It's not a webcam. Clem here is pissing off right now. He has less Cyclones. I don't think he has a tank, but he's going to have reinforcements closer to his base. So I think he's up a Cyclone. 7 versus 6. Same amount of Ravens. Auto turrets going down. I have no clue what's happening. Maru wins. I called it. This looks so dumb. This is the dumbest matchup in the world. He just walked in there and died. This is awful. Yeah, the auto turrets won the fight. He had 2 auto turrets, Clem had 0. And despite having 1 less Cyclone, that's it. I also think one of the Cyclones pushed onto the Raven as a result. Also, the first map is west. So I just realized I didn't... Oh, no, never mind. Oh, I messed up. So, what was I going to say? I was going to say something. Right. I'm going to mention this every single time because I think it's actually important. And people often don't think about this, but whenever you have cross-server play, Europe versus Korea specifically, Europe versus China, there are significant ping advantages depending on what server you play on. And I think in the SE Boy rule set, the standard setup is West, Central, West. And West is better for Korea, Central is better for Europe. So Korea gets 2 superior servers, with the first map being Korea, second map being Europe. So yes, it sucks that Clem lost the first map, but it is worse ping. And there's like a ping difference of like maybe 45 between the 2 servers, maybe a bit more, 60 sometimes. I think currently I'm getting like 130 to Central and about 180 to West. So it's, yeah, pretty big difference. And it also goes the other way, of course, because for Maru, he might have like 140 to West and then like 190 to Central, right? So it just swaps on over. Your opponent loses 50 ping, you gain 50 ping. So I kind of got to keep that in mind. And people always say, oh, it's not interesting. But I think it's interesting. Because it's also an aspect of the games, right? You need to think about ping. You can't just pretend like this is like, you know, these games are being played at 0 ping, because it's not the case. This is not offline play. That's why offline play is so beautiful. It's the purest form of competition. 0 ping. Or well, 15 or 12 or whatever it is. What ping do you get when you play in Korea? Like 360 or something insane. It's unplayable. You just get lags as well. Does ping just impact the microcontrol? Yeah, mainly. For Zerg, it also impacts... it also impacts macro. So Zerg gets... Well, Zerg is lucky because with Zerg you don't actually have to micro because your units are so powerful. So Zerg has an advantage when it comes to the micro. But then when it comes to the macro, Zerg is at a disadvantage because the way that you build with Zerg is that you build the units and then you hotkey your eggs afterwards. But you can't hotkey your eggs if your eggs haven't started yet. So you need to wait until the ping goes through, then you hotkey. So very often what ends up happening with Zerg players, if there's high ping, is that they don't have their eggs hotkeyed. And then they mess up their control, or there's units just idling. If you see units idling in a high ping match, it's usually because of that. Because they instantly usually hotkey as they're in eggs. So yeah, see the little larva eggs. I'm gonna go now, bye-bye. See you later, buddy. Need some of the CS2 interp removal. I don't know what that is, but we definitely do need that. Wait, what the hell is this? Why did that building look so big? I thought he was proxying a command center for a second. Look how big it is. It's probably because it's on a hill or something. Doesn't it look bigger than usual? Or am I going crazy? This definitely is some type of optical illusion here. You know, with like the white and the gray stuff? Like these grays are the same color, and then one gray spot is in a black area and then another one's in a white area. It doesn't look like the same color, but it is. If you do like a color picker on Photoshop, you'll figure that out. I'm crazy? No, it looked bigger. When I was building, it looked bigger. I'm not being gaslit into being the only one, and thinking that was the only one that saw that was different. It looked weird. It's because of the glow around it, it looked larger. It's a fast tip as well for if you're a small guy, you should have a glow around you the entire time. Look much larger. That guy's 6'5". No, it's 5'4". Wow, the glow really does something. Okay, it's gonna be double Reaper. Big advantage for Clem. I was like, oh, he's gonna catch this, he's gonna catch this. Not sure why I'm pointing at the screen. He's gonna catch it. That's a bad start here for Maru. Ooh, you saw that? He skipped one shot to skip the nade. Now there's going to be a Cyclone out on the way. SCV is pissing off. What's the play here? Cyclone's about to pop, but not quite. Reaper's out. Snipes the Reaper. Snipes the Reaper. Snipes it. CC will go down. Yeah, Cyclone's out though. What about that, huh? Wasn't a good trade, was it? Oh! That was. Gets a Cyclone and pisses off. One Reaper for... One Reaper for a Cyclone. Now trades a Reaper for a Reaper. Could probably kill that Marine as well. As a third Reaper is on the way. That was a pretty wild move. As he's reactoring his factory, by the way, we can see that. He's gonna have a similarly timed CC. I think this was really good for Clem. I really believe that. Next Cyclone is out. Clem's gonna pop on in. Poof. Loses a Reaper. Kills nothing. Spotted a new Cyclone, so he knows that he's going to be up in Cyclones. So that's info he gathered. At the small price of a Reaper. Right down ahead to the Reaper family, though. Another Reaper goes down. Kills a Marine. More info, but useless info. Not a good trade. Keeping 3 Reapers alive would have been pretty big, because then when you go in with like 4 Cyclones, you can you can jump 3 Reapers into the main base. It would have been useful. Okay, now we get the swap with the factory. I actually think the Cyclone count will be very close to equal. But we see Maru flying across the map first. You know what I feel like? I feel like this game is about to end. I feel this game is going to end in about a minute or so. Like, if the Cyclones are out of position and the medevac flies in, you just lose 7-8 workers, you lose the game. This looks so dumb in TVT. Cyclone's about to pop though. That's 1. That's 2. The pickup mic is pretty sick, not gonna lie. Only 2 workers, okay. I dig it. I do dig that. Oh. Good control. No, it's not. No, it's not. Clem loses both of his Cyclones. Maru is winning this 100%. It's up about 10 supply right now. Worker count also in favor of Maru. 36 to 33. Third CC timings are similar. Maru has same timings on the Ravens, I think. So what's the plan? What is the plan? I think we need to transition out of this eventually. How the hell is that gonna work? I don't know. Hey Harston, why don't you play in this tournament? I didn't qualify. That's why I'm not playing in this tournament. Maru is extremely good at Cyclone Micro. I think Clem has a better chance in other areas now. I think a lot of that wasn't so much... Here it wasn't so much Cyclone Micro. It was more just having less stuff at most places. So like his 2 Cyclones in the main popped out later. And then he had Marines in the natural. So it's like if it's 4 Marines and 2 Cyclones against 2 Cyclones and a Reaper, the Marine stuff wins. I actually think that Maru can just kill. If he gets like 2 auto turrets down. A couple of Marines actually do help out. It's a good lock on here as well. Clem doing an okay job. Auto turrets going down. That's 3 auto turrets. This was a really good fight for Clem. If he gets 1 more kill, that would be big. This was a really good fight for Clem. And now he's insta-sending that Cyclone as well. Poof. Cyclone dropped towards the side. Clem with later stim. Maru with quicker stim. Also getting 4 barracks already. Already has the 2-2. Or sorry, the 1-1 on the way, not 2-2. If Maru would have 2-2 on the way right now, there'd be something seriously wrong in this game. Like this Cyclone drop could kill a bunch of workers. It could also deal almost 0 damage. It's gonna get 2 or 3, I think. Okay, 4 kills. The thing with the Cyclones is that they fall off really hard. Cyclones do fall off really hard. A little bit like the Kooks. The band from Britain. Used to be wildly popular. Releasing a lot of music. They kind of stuck in their old style. You know? You need to evolve in your music. So I feel like Kooks off a little bit. I don't like the new album very much. Ooh, this is a good fight though. Cyclones haven't fallen off enough yet. More auto turrets going down as well. I think Clem needs to run back. Yeah, wait for these auto turrets to piss off. And then go in again. I think Clem just won the game. I honestly don't really understand what the deciding factors are, but so far it just seems to me that the guy with more Cyclones is winning. It seems to me like there's an easy solution. Just adding a second factory. More Cyclones. Yeah, I wish I could say something useful about this. Like, I'm familiar with the Marine tank. Like, once we get to that phase, but I'm not even sure if the players understand how the Raven Cyclone works. It's like, well, see, the other guy built Cyclones and Ravens and he beat me, so let's try it as well. So now I go into Marine tank, because it seems like once you get like 2 or 3 tanks and stim, like, you should reliably be capable of killing Cyclones, right? Maru does have a big army, 63 army supply. He has interference matrices. He has 1-1, he has combat shield, and he has stim. So he's up in some ways. Is that tank in range? I think it might be. That's barely not. I think Maru's gonna move towards the bottom side, try and clear that third base. Should probably put that tank in a medevac. Yeah, there we go. This is good. I think Maru has this position now, no? Ravens are on the wrong side here. Interference Matrix gets cast. There's no combat shield quite yet. Gonna be tank-on-tank violence here. Oops. That Interference Matrix was too slow. Maru needs to go now. He needs to win the game right here, right now. Is he gonna be capable of doing that? Anti-armor there is big. Maru's gonna pick up and piss off. Gonna try to dodge vision here. Scans forward, pretending like he wants to move in. And now Clem is like, wait a second. Where's all your units? But then the depot spots everything. That is a big deal. Is he still gonna drop? He's still gonna drop. What a crazy play by Maru here. What an absolutely mental play by Maru. It's gonna get caught here by the Vikings. Oop. They're safe. Don't worry, guys. Clem at the same time also boosting across the map. It's gonna drop in the natural. No, it's gonna drop in the main base. I think he just wins the game, no? Has Stim, has combat, has 5 medevacs and a lot of marines. 1 tank goes down, 2 tanks go down. Boom! There we go, baby. That's how Europe rolls. Now we're talking. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Beautiful stuff. Let's take a look at Maru. Too much light in his face, isn't there? Too much light for Maru in his face. Yeah, look at that light on the left side. Giant, what does he have on his wrist? A nicotine patch? You know, I can't imagine Maru being a smoker. I can't recall who smoked. There was a Korean who smoked like a chimney. I want to say it might have been Sue. I think Sue smoked. So there would be loads of breaks in the GSL finals because he was busy smoking. This sounds like a true story, but I'm not sure if it is true. It could also be slander. Defamation. God, I love that. These are my 2 favorite things to do live on streams. Baseless slander is even better than based slander. Although slander is always based, if you ask me. In French, we say you smoke like a firefighter. Firefighters have to put out the smoke and the fire, though, don't they? That makes no sense. Another thing the French are not good at, making proverbs. Love to see it. The French willingly sharing their inadequacies. This is another thing the French can do. Add that on top of making delicious food and defending their own country. Proverbs that make sense. Smoke like a steam train, yeah. Hey Marston, will you participate in Katowice? No. I didn't qualify. That's funny. All right. Will you be in Katowice for IAM? Stop asking me if I'm going to be in Katowice. I'm not going to be in Katowice for IAM. I didn't qualify, guys. Also, I didn't qualify to be a caster either. They said they wanted people with natural charisma and capable of speaking the English language. I didn't meet either of the requirements. Said if you hit one of these 2, it's fine. I said, dang it. Maybe next year. Will you guys be hosting a Dutch stream? Like, no Dutch stream. There's 3 Dutch viewers. You and both of your parents. I'm like, dang it. As a common folk, no. I might be involved some way, but I won't be in Katowice. I'll be live tweeting about it. You can follow my live tweets. I'll be hosting a Twitter Spaces. Talking about the games of the day. You can join the conversation on x.com. Nah, I don't know yet. I hope I'll be involved in some way with Katowice. But I don't think I'll be there. I'm sorry. Was this opener here coming out of Maru? This was a command center, not a command center first, but a barracks into gas into command center. You'll be my legs on the ground for breaking news. For the 5th year in a row, there is no vegetarian food in the catering. Breaking news. Actually, there was... so I'm vegetarian. And when I was at Atlanta, in the entire venue, there was a single vegetarian item. Which was bread with cheese on the inside. And on the 3rd day, they sold out. They had nothing left. And you're not allowed to bring food in from outside. So I couldn't eat. I don't know who comes up with this stuff. They said there was going to be a feedback form, but I haven't seen it yet. That's going to be my feedback. Alright. We're gonna get some more Viking Cyclone action as well. What did you do? Just drink water? Now, there was a fan who was a vegan. I don't think there was a single vegan item. And he sneaked in some vegan chocolate bars. And he said, hey, I know you're vegetarian. Here, have this. He gave me a message. It was like a chocolate bar thing. It's like, so I ate that. And like 700 calories. So I didn't need to eat for the rest of the day. That was great. You can't bring food from outside. What about people with more specific requirements? I don't know. The food, they like you got the security told you weren't allowed to take it inside. You had to throw it out there. You could probably hide it in your bag, but sometimes they check bags as well. But next time I'm just gonna hide stuff in my bag, like food, no other stuff. So yeah, that's because this was non-ideal for me. It sucks if you have such limited choices. But it should be easily fixable. So I was thinking of getting used to like one of them, like these shake drinks, you know, like some Soylent or herO or something like that. So at least you get some type of nutrition. So you know, like you train, because I think that type of stuff messes with your stomach as well. So you practice beforehand, just eating that once a day for like your lunch meal. And then you can eat that in convention centers. Because often convention center food's going to suck balls anyway. So even if there were options, usually the options just suck. This is the first game where we don't have any serious Cyclone battles, which I think is nice. Actually gonna move in some tank stuff. Allegedly, you're gonna hide some stuff in your bag. Nah, don't be watching my stream. Security is outsourced. Yeah, they will not take away my salad. My greens. Ah, buddy. Actually, the catering at Katowice is usually quite good. They always have vegetarian options. Sometimes it gets mislabeled, which is frustrating if people have allergies. It happened in the past, but the last few years have actually been very good. Katowice is good. Polish food in general is quite good as well. And you're also just allowed to bring stuff in because they're not as idiotic about it. The food stands there are nice. But the catering there was good for players. Alright, let's take a look. Nothing has happened yet in the game, by the way. I could talk about the game, but it's much easier to talk about things when it's about to kick off. And I think right now, it's about to kick off. So, we can just look at the overall state, right, of the game. We have faster upgrades, much quicker upgrades here for Maru. So, in this case, it makes very little sense for Maru to push pre-upgrade, right? Because that is he's gonna get a bit of a power spike there. He also has a lot of Ravens. Now, there are a lot of Cyclones on the map for Clem. He also has 2 Banshees. If you have Banshees and Cyclones, that means A, you have less Marines, and B, you have less Ravens. So, I think Maru's power spike... I actually think he should wait for combat. And then just go. Like, just set up a solid defense with turrets in multiple positions. And that turret is very important. I like that he's building it. I'm sad that it doesn't finish. I'm sad for him. I'm cheering for Clem, but as a... You know, if I was a Maru enjoyer, I would be sad about the turret not finishing. These Cyclones need to get something done. They haven't yet, and they absolutely need to. Like, ideally, kill a Raven or 2. If they can't kill a Raven, that would freaking suck. Clem doesn't have a separate hotkey for that medevac. You see that? It moves in forward with the cyclones every time. Yeah. Now this Banshee play is getting shut down, so you can very calmly move across the map. That's exactly what you need. You need a calm fight kick. Cyclones, once again, they're trying to get something done. They need it. They need a Raven kill. Clem has more supply. But if your tanks aren't shooting and the other guy has 2 tanks, that matters. Maru not set up on the 3rd base. This is all in out of Maru. Maru is all inning with 1-1 in combat shield. This is it. Like, if he doesn't win here, I don't think he wins the game. He needs to win or deal very serious damage. He's not even building workers right now. 47 workers, this is it for Maru. Anti-armor missile is moving in forward. Interference matrix on 3 of the tanks. And this is gonna get taken out. Cyclones in the back dealing quite some damage. 1-1 upgrade being very powerful here. 119 supply tank needs to siege up on the high ground. Will do that. Yeah, Clem is getting blasted here. Clem is dead. Clem is officially dead. These Banshees dealt a lot of damage, but this orbital command is gonna end up falling. Clem gets knocked down to the losers match here with this play. As I'm sure we're going to have a look at the bracket after this, actually. As these Marines are being elevated into the main base. Now, the eco situation is still crap, of course, for Maru. So maybe if Maru overcommits, Clem can still do it. Did the CC end up falling? I didn't quite see it. Is the CC dead? Can we get an update? Did the CC die? Yes, it died? Okay, if the orbital died, it's probably over. Maru still needs to be careful, though, because it's like you take one bad fight here, upgrades now are even. Clem is pretending like this game is much more over than I think it is. Like, it is really bad for him. But in TVT, you're always one good fight away from winning anyway. Yeah, the problem being just that if you don't have a 3rd CC, that's hard. This is a good move. I love this. I love it. Triple Marine drop across the map. I mean, that is such a high tier play, you know? It really is. Can he move the Marines downstairs? I think he can. Tanks moving in forward. Needs to pull these tanks back. Look at that! He knows. He doesn't see it. He knows. He can feel it. He smells it. Brain of a genius. Flying in with these triple Marines. Needs to take out this base if he wants to achieve anything in life here. Same time Maru moves in forward. That could be a mistake. Clem here making a serious play. A very serious play, but I don't think it's enough on the other side as the tank siege is up. And, oh my god, that was really close. That was crazy close. If he gets that CC, escapes into the main, he's fine, but now he isn't. As Maru wins, I think we're gonna have a look at the bracket. I don't quite know what their, what their playbook is, but I think we're gonna have a look at the bracket. Let's have a look. Okay, so these are the scores for today. Just gonna move my face downstairs, make it a bit smaller. These are the scores for today. 0-2, 2-0, 2-0, 1-2. That would be a great pin code as well. No one would guess it either. No? How would they guess that? And the hint would just be the date. So you can always look back, or like Group A, or Round B. And it's Masters Coliseum 7. So your hint would be MC7B. That would be your hint to yourself. These freaking hackers trying to get into your Google account. It's like, MC7B? What the hell is that? I'm a genius. I'd be very good as a password manager. I could remember all your passwords with like little hints. I think right now most password managers are programs, right? I think we should have a guy just be a password manager. So you have like a group of people you manage the passwords for. And then whenever you forget a password, you call the guy. It's like, hello? Password manager, the Koning. What's your problem? He's like, hi, my name is Kevin. And then you verify that it's actually Kevin calling you by having a password. It's like, password correct. And then you tell him the password for his Twitch account. I feel like that's an efficient service. Oh, we have the bracket. Let's actually pause it here for a second then. Okay. So we have classic. Wait, I can zoom this in for you guys. So look at this. Zoop. Zoop. For the people that are watching on the phone, people with bad eyes. Classic versus herO. So that's a PvP. Cure versus Dark. CVT. Good match. Maru herO. Maru herO. This is tomorrow, by the way. We'll be here tomorrow. And MaxPax versus Shin. MaxPax versus Shin. In the losers bracket, we have another TVT for Clem. Oliveira versus Clem. Byun versus Rainer. A rematch from Atlanta where Byun slaughtered Rainer. Poof. Bunny versus Firefly. Bunny's favorite there. And Trigger versus Solar. Solar's favorite there. Okay, let's do a quick round of predictions. Okay, with the chats. Let's just do ones and two. Player 1 is on the left side, player 2 on the right side. So for Classic versus herO. Classic or herO? Who do we believe? Give me a 1 for Classic, a 2 for herO. That's ones, that's twos. Pretty split vote here. That is a very split vote. Oh, wow. Why don't we do a poll? I'm not going to make freaking 8 polls. Okay, stop. We've got it. We got it. Got a lot of 2s, got a lot of 1s here. Cure versus Dark. I personally, by the way, believe that Classic's going to win. Okay, I truly believe in Classic's abilities here to win. Cure versus Dark. Cure versus Dark. 1 for Cure, 2 for Dark. We know the drill at this point. Yeah, this is Dark. This is Dark fans. Look at that. Look at the Dark fans coming out in with the many. Maru versus herO. Okay, stop with the Cure versus Dark fan. Maru versus herO. What do we have for Maru versus herO? Anyone voting Cure over Dark must have a stroke. Cure is not that bad. Oh, a lot of 1s, a lot of 2s. Maru chokes. Clearly 2. Yeah, 2 is winning here as well. Oh my god. YouTube chat is all 2s. Holy cow. Okay, we'll do MaxPax Shin. We're not going to do the loser bracket. It's too much effort. MaxPax Shin as the final one. The Danish Crown Prince for Shin. Shin performed very well today. Shin is in good shape. Shin has been practicing with me. I'd like to add that one more time. Shin, guys, stop posting the ones. Shin has been practicing with me. He's been taking me out. Okay, I'm good at the game as well. Can we get some freaking 2s? I've seen like a single 2 so far. What is this crap? All right, you guys don't believe in Shin. Max got this. Shin's been practicing with idiots. All right. All right, we'll be back tomorrow, 12 Central European time. Figure out what it is for yourself in your American time zones. I am not the guy that's here to figure it out for you. We'll press the money button a couple more times. Wait, I'll check. So the next stream will start in 21 hours and 18 minutes from now. 21 hours and 18 minutes from now. Okay? So write it in your agenda. Tell your wife you have an important business meeting that's going to last about 3.5 hours. Tell your business you have an important wife meeting that's going to last for about 3.5 hours. And we'll be here again, all right? I'll see all of you tomorrow. We'll be casting it. We'll be having a good time. We'll be making some jokes. And we'll be watching some high-level StarCraft. Tomorrow's actually going to be a very good day. Maru herO, I'm excited for. herO Classic, I'm very excited for. Cure Dark, I'm very excited. I'm just excited for all of these games. All right. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.